Heads, which was also a digital marketing company. Post that, he moved on to work with companies like Uber. Before he kind of takes over, let me give you a quick background. Vaibhav has always been on top of the tech game. He has started his first company called Discovering Android when he was in his college days. He went ahead to start Crazy Heads, which was also a digital marketing company. Post that, he moved on to work with companies like Uber and Klook, and eventually started Growth School, which is what it is today. And while doing all of this, he has also been able to leverage the power of AI to grow his audience base to over 1 million followers across platforms. He has consulted and worked with a lot of brands when it comes to AI and everything around the technology space. And he has also gotten featured in multiple publications. On that note, let me bring him onto the screen and get started with the very first session, wherein we are going to be diving into level 4 and level 5. Vaibhav, I hope you are able to see me.
Yes, I can see you. Hello, everyone. How's it going? I hope you guys can hear me and see me. Drop a yes in the chat if you guys can hear me and see me. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. Super excited to host all of you people. I was on the sidelines yesterday, was attending the show as an attendee, and I saw all the excitement and love kind of pouring in. So great job, everyone. It's not easy to kind of stick around for 8 hours on a single day and still show up the next day, right? Incredible job, everyone. Very excited to host all of you people. I know yesterday we spent a lot of time getting through a lot of, technicalities of it. How many of you believe that it is important for you to know the foundations, for you to be able to crack the real stuff? Me in the chat. How many of you guys think that it is important? See, here's the thing, right? There are shortcuts, but you guys are here to learn the right way, right? If you go about the shortcuts, it's very hard. It's going to be very hard to make sense of a lot of things. And today you will understand why we learned a lot of things yesterday, right? With that being said, should we get started? Should we get started? Yes. Awesome. Do you guys know what we're going to learn today? Can anybody guess what we're going to learn today in the first session? Amazing. Interesting. Everybody has a fair idea of what's going to happen. Awesome. So we're going to do some AI agents, chatbots. We're going to build some stuff, right? So it's going to be super fun. I'm going to turn off the chat. So I understand that the session was going on in different ways. I'll tell you how I do it. I'm going to keep turning on and turning off the chat. I'm going to keep asking you questions. Every time I ask you a question, I would really appreciate if you guys could take the time out to drop a message in, right? With that being said, let me get started by sharing my screen. All right. So yesterday, I think you guys went deep into level 4 and level 5. Folks, if you guys are wondering why am I looking at one corner of the screen, that's basically because I can see your faces here. That's why I keep looking on this side. So don't worry, I'm with you. It's a large screen that I have. Don't worry about it. All right. Okay. So yesterday we probably covered level 1, level 2, level 3 beginner, right? Where we started with prompting, then we went on with understanding generative AI and how LLMs work and everything. And of course, like Priyanku must have come towards the end to blow your minds with everything that potentially could happen with creative, that is image, video, audio, and everything around it. So today I'm here to take you through level 4 and level 5, which I feel are the most exciting things and the most practical parts of getting into artificial intelligence, right? So let's get started with level 4. What is level 4? Level 4 is all about building AI powered applications. What do I mean by that? I'm not an engineer, Weber. What do you mean by building AI powered applications? Remember, you're trying to become a generalist, AI generalist. An AI generalist is a full stack problem solver. And when it comes to problem solving, you will have to be really good at building solutions as well, right? And that is where AI comes into the picture. Now, the best part about AI is that it gives us a level playing field. What do I mean by that? Because of AI, using artificial intelligence, you can literally build full-fledged products without writing a single line of code. And you can effectively build great solutions. And the world has been talking about it, saying that the future of programming is actually English. If you know what you want to build back of your heads, you will be able to convey that to AI, and AI will be able to build products, right? For all the senior people out there, we are living in an era where there's going to be rise of something called as personal software. There was a point of time where there was a rise of personal computers, where everybody were able to buy their own computers. Right now, we are living in an era where it's the era of personal computers. That means we can build our own software specific to what we want. And what enables us to do that? Artificial intelligence. So in the beginner zone of it, right, what I'm going to cover is going to show you a very simple yet very effective solutions on how you can get started with building, right? And once that happens, of course, right, in intermediate and advanced, I'm going to run you through how you can go about building even deeper solutions on the go, right? So that's what we're going to get into. The first tool that we're going to explore today on level 4 is essentially called as rollout.site. Okay. Now, here is what we're going to learn. Guys, how many of you guys would be super interested to learn how to build a full-fledged website in a few minutes, all using AI? Something that would easily take days to build. Would you guys want to get into it? Like we said, it's going to be all practical today. So we're going to get right into it. Loving the energy. Please keep that energy on. Brilliant. Okay. So like I said, right, the site that we're going to use here, the website that we're going to use here is called as rollout.site. There are a lot of sites that can do this, but I prefer rollout.site. One is that it's incredibly powerful. Two is that it's built by an Indian company. So I like both the facts. Okay. Now we are on this, right? This is rollout.site. We can build a website for free by just talking about it. So what website should we build? Okay, you know what? Let me try to build a personal website, a website for me, right? So how do I go about it? I'm going to be like, design us. Let's say I want the, can someone turn off the annotations, please?
Vaibhav, you will have to do it on your end.
Oh,
by
is it?
clicking on more. As you share the screen, you will find this more option. And
Yeah,
there,
got it.
yeah.
I think I'll have to clear this as well. Cool. Sounds good. Thank you. Okay. I want the colors to be, let's say, black and neon green. Okay, I just explained what I want. I'm gonna say be like, use this information below. So what I'm saying is design a simple, minimal, yet super premium looking website. It's going to be a personal website using the information shared. I want the colors to be black and neon green. Use this information below. Now I'm going to share it a bunch of information about me. For that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly jump to my LinkedIn, right? Because LinkedIn will have all my information. I'll click on this resource button. And for all the people who didn't know about this, you can literally download your profile as a PDF. LinkedIn allows you to do this. When you go to resources, you will have the option of save to PDF. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to click on save to PDF. There you go. I have the whole of my LinkedIn profile downloaded. Of course, you can upload your resume or you can give your own information as well, but I want to keep it simple right now. So I'm going to come here. I'm going to paste all the information. So what did I see? I said, design simple, minimal, yet premium looking website. It's going to be a personal website using the information shared. I want the colors to be black and neon green. Use the information below. That's all the information I give. And what do? I click on the generate button. Let's give it some time. What it's going to do is it's going to take all the information that we have shared, right? Understand what we want, and it will start building a website. So realistically, for you to get the whole full-fledged website, it's going to take about 15 minutes, around 15 minutes. You can see this. It has started to generate. And if I click on this bottom bar, right, you'll see how it has designed the website already. It has header, hero, about, experience, investments, and everything around it, right? It has already kind of put the structure of the website together. And it's going to take about 10-15 minutes to bring it to life, right? So you can see the header is already designed. It's going to slowly unveil itself because it's designing real time, right? But with that being said, what I'm going to do is, because it's going to take 10-15 minutes, we are not going to be sitting ducks here. Let AI do its work. We're going to come back to it 10 to 15 minutes later once it will be completely done, so that we can save time. and AI can do its own work, right? So that's what we're going to do. We're going to come back to this level again, level 4 that is, and we're going to check it out about 15 minutes later so that we don't waste time. And it does act like a nice little surprise. But the beauty of what you just saw is I just typed what I want, right? And I gave it a ton of information. And now it has started to build already. You can see this, it has started to build. But I'm sure all of you guys are excited to see the kind of output it brings up. Let's gonna come back to it in some time. But with that being said, let's jump into the level 5 right now, which a lot of you people I'm sure are very excited to learn about. That is, on level 5, what we're going to learn is how do we automate tasks by building AI bots or AI agents. In the beginner version of it, right, we're going to build something called as a custom GPT. Now, what are these custom GPTs? I'm going to show you very, very soon. Well, before I get started with this, I wanted to give you guys a heads up. And the heads up is that I believe that having this skill of being able to build AI solutions, personal AI solutions using custom GPTs or something called as gems that we're going to explore is insanely powerful because you will be able to leverage the power of AI more than anyone else. And let's get right into this. Okay. Let's get into the fact of building AI agents at this point of time. We're going to use a lot of tools today to do this, and we're going to get all of it at once. Now, for this, for us to start getting to build a custom GPT or a AI bot, we're going to come to our favorite tool, right? Which is Chat GPT. Now, a lot of you people, I'm not sure how many of you guys have realized this. Funny if we have the poll, if you can run it through so that I get a sense of how many people are aware of this, right? There you go. There's a poll that is shared with you. What is the exposure? What is your exposure to custom GPTs? Have you built or used custom GPTs before? If you have used custom GPTs before, select that. If you have not used custom GPTs before, do select your option as well. Now, for all the people who have no idea what I'm talking about, on Chat GPT, there's an option on the left side that you will see, which is called as Explore GPTs. If you tap on this, right, you will see this new user interface. This is inside of Chat GPT for free, right? You will see this new user interface, which is called as GPT Marketplace. Now, what are these? This is inside of ChatGPT, right? What are these things right now? There's something for Expedia to book your flights. There's in-video AI for you to generate videos. There are a lot of tools for images. There are a lot of tools by, ChatGPT team. There are a lot of writing tools. There are a lot of productivity tools. What is happening here? Let me give you context. You see, a platform or a product like ChatGPT essentially is a general purpose tool. What do I mean by that? It's good with a lot of things, but it's not excellent with anything. You have to make it excellent. So if you want AI or a tool like ChatGPT to do exceedingly good work for a very specific thing, you have the ability to build a micro app on top of ChatGPT. You actually have the ability to build a micro app on top of existing ChatGPT, and those are called as GPTs, right? So that's essentially what these are. And people from all over the world have built GPTs. Now you can see this. There are writing GPTs, there are productivity GPTs, research and analysis GPTs, education, lifestyle programming, and so on. And the best part is there's a nice little search bar and you can search for it. Let's say you want to write an email and you don't want to wait for, or you don't want to explore a way to write a prompt to get a great email, right? For that, I can just go to a search box and can search for a GPT. I just search for email, and you can see this. There are a bunch of people who have built very cool products or very cool tools on top of ChatGPT specifically to write emails. So I'm going to select the email and the mail writer, which is the first option. And you'll see this nice little pop-up, right, which says email and mail writer by Akira Shindo. And there's a nice little rating here. More than 5 lakh people have used this and it's rated well. How do I use it? I simply click on Start Chat. You can look at this. I don't know how many of you guys can notice already. If I open the regular Chat GPT, right? This is how the UI looks like of a regular Chat GPT, right? It starts with what can I help you with and a nice little search box. But on a custom GPT, which is the email and mail writer in this case, you can see there's a logo, there's the name of the creator, there's some description, and there are some starting points which I can simply click on to get started. The UI is slightly different, but it still looks like ChatGPT because it is built on top of ChatGPT, right? So let us give it a prompt right now. I want a leave for tomorrow. I'm going to request for a leave email. Since I spent good 16 hours learning AI, I need some time to connect back and put all the learnings into practical execution. So I will be off on Monday. Request you to not deduct leave since I spent the weekend upskilling and I would be more productive as I come back to work on Tuesday. Okay. Let's say there's an email that you want to write. If you clearly see this, right, nowhere did I mention that create an email, write an email. I just said I want to leave for tomorrow since I spent good 16 hours. And the best part about AI is it understands your spelling mistakes. So it's fine. Right. I want to leave for tomorrow since I spent good 16 hours learning AI. I need some time to connect back and put all the learnings into practical execution. So I'll be off on Monday. Nowhere did I mention write an email, write a leave email to my manager. Nothing. I just mentioned what I want. I'll click on the send button and look at that. Without even explaining that I need an email, because it's an email and a mail writer tool, it was able to understand that you're probably talking about email here, and it managed to write the full email here. Right? Dear manager's name, I would like to request a review for Monday, leave on Monday, everything around it. Right? So that is the power of a GPT. Now, you can go ahead and play with all the GPTs that are out here, right? Like I said, there are hundreds of thousands of it. You can keep searching for them and you'll get solutions and you can keep writing about it. But you know what? The real power, like we mentioned yesterday, was not about using these GPTs, but actually building ones. Building something that is useful for you on a daily level. And that is what we're going to do at this point of time. Now that we are on this window, there's this nice little button that you can see, which is called as create. When I click on create, I will have the ability to create a GPT like this. Now, before I get into creation, right, I wanted to give you a heads up. And the heads up is that, listen, you need a paid chat GPT account to be able to create a custom GPT like this. You need a paid chat GPT account. That is a $20 chat GPT account per month, right? To be able to create a custom GPT. But with that being said, I'm going to show you this process with the paid chat GPT account. And after this, I'm also going to show you a way to get something like this or even more powerful than this for free as well. But if I jump right into it, you will not get it. As a result, I'm going to show you this first, and then we're going to jump to that so that even if you don't have a paid ChatGPT account or a paid account, you can still leverage the power of building GPTs. Okay. With that being said, you can only see this create button if you have a paid ChatGPT account. That's all you need to know. But the process is similar, so please learn. All right. Now, let's get started with building one. I'll simply click on this create button and you will see this, a very new window kind of starts popping up. By the way, I'm going to share the results of you guys that you have answered. When I asked you guys, what is the exposure of custom GPTs? I see only 4% of people have built and used a GPT. 15% of you have used one and 81% of you people have no freaking idea what we're talking about. So all of you guys are in here for a good fun time. So stick around. Superb. So now that we are on this window, right, it's very, very interesting. The one on the left is where we build the tool. The one on the right is the preview. That is, we can see how it is being built. Now, the best way of going about this is that you can just talk. When we talk about building these GPTs, if you guys are wondering, oh, I have to code or something like that, you don't need anything. You just have to talk to AI and explain it what you want. AI will build the app right in front of you. Okay. As I do this, you'll get a very good sense. On the create part of it, on the left side, is where I have to tell AI what I want. So I'm going to be like, so let us actually build a tweet generator. The tweet generator works something like this. You give a topic and AI, this tool should be able to come up with a very interesting tweet on that topic. Okay. So that's what we're going to do. So how do I get started at building this tool? So I'm going to be like, I want you to build a viral tweet generator. every time I give a topic, you will come up with a viral tweet on that topic. Act like an expert who understands Twitter like a pro and has the ability to write viral tweets. So what did I say here? I want you to build a viral tweet generator. Every time I give a topic, you will come up with a viral tweet on that topic. Act like an expert who understands Twitter like a pro and has the ability to write viral tweets. That's all I say. I'll click on the send button. And that's it. You can see it says updating GPT. And you see this in no time, the right side window has already updated. And it's like, nice. Let's give the GPT a name. Viral tweet crafter. Would you like to roll with it? So it's recommending as a name as well. I will say, sounds good. So there you go. We are calling it the viral tweet crafter. And look at the right side. Okay. Look at the preview as it is getting updated as we speak to it. Looks like it got stuck. Let's give it some time. If it doesn't work, we're going to just click on this button and do a refresh. Sometimes it does happen, right? Sometimes it does happen, but we have our way around it. Don't worry about it. Okay, I'm going to just stop it. Oh, there you go. It has updated. And I'm going to just do a question mark, or I'm just going to say continue to initiate it again. And now it is basically generating a profile picture. So you see, I didn't ask anything. I just explained what I want. And it already came with a profile picture. It came with the name and also came with the description. And you can see the whole preview right here, right? It's incredible. Now, it says, this is the profile picture I generated. Want to tweak any style? In fact, if you don't like it, I can just say, come up with one more. But I don't want to do it. I would say looks good, because I don't want to spend time designing the profile picture right now, but actually tweaking and making this tool kick-ass. That is what I would want to prefer spending time on. But you see what we're doing? We're literally chatting with AI on the left side and explaining what we wanted to build. And on the right side, the tool is being built right in front of us. That is the crazy part of what we are doing right now, right? So let's say we have got something here, right? And if we want to try out how good this AI is, I can come on the right side and I can give a topic. So I'm going to give a topic. Let's say I will give a topic. AI will take away many jobs. Okay. That's the topic that I want to give. Let's see what kind of tweets it's able to come up with. I click on the send button. Let's give it some time. Looks like ChatGPT is a little slow today. I can do a quick refresh actually. Let me do a quick refresh. It should not be this slow, right? But I'll do a quick refresh and I'll give the topic again. Hopefully this time it will be faster. The topic that we have given is AI will take away many jobs, and we are waiting for the answer to kind of kick in. So let's give it a couple of seconds now. It's actually weird. It's usually never this slow. I've never seen it this slow. All right, it is still loading. Is ChatGPT being slow for everyone today? Guys, have you tried ChatGPT today? Is ChatGPT slow today for everyone, or is it just me? Oh, there you go. Finally. Finally, it is slow for a few people. Looks like it is slow for a few people. And I'll tell you why it is a little slow as well today, right? And there you go. But it did work. Look at that. AI will take away many jobs. Here are a few viral style tweets. And the first one, AI won't take your job, but the person who knows how to use AI absolutely will. Thought provoking and insightful. AI won't just kill jobs. It's redefining what it means to have one, adapt or get automated. Dark humor. AI is taking jobs so fast, I'm starting to think it's behind quite quitting too. Relatable and sarcastic. Everyone's worried about AI will take their job. Buddy, your boss is already trying to replace you with an intern and a spreadsheet. Guys, drop a boom in the chat if you think this is incredible. We took 5 minutes with a slow chat GPT today. We gave it some insights saying how we want it. Now, as we give a topic, it is able to generate 10 tweets, 5 tweets in no time. Isn't this insane? Should we make it even better right now? Should we make it even better? Yes? Let's make it even better right now. Okay, I'm going to turn off the chat and I'm going to come back here. You see, it did come up with 5 tweets, but I want it to be more personalized to the kind of audience I have. So I'm going to give it more information. I'm going to come back here and I'm going to be like, the tweets are great, but I want to make some changes. I want you to write tweets which is super relatable and is slightly sarcastic, but always funny. Okay. My audience. So you see, it's important to talk about the audience so it can come up with, relatable tweets. My audience is majorly from India and are either working professionals or are entrepreneurs. So make sure all the tweets relate to my audience. So what am I doing here is that I tried it out. I tried the tool out. I got some output, but I wanted to tweak it even further so it's more relatable. So whatever feedback I have, right, I'm just giving it here in plain text, right? I'm basically saying I want you to write tweets which are super relatable and slightly sarcastic, but always funny. My audience is majorly from India and either are working professionals or are entrepreneurs. So make sure all the tweets relates to my audience. That's the feedback that I gave to AI at this point of time, right? So it is still loading. It's taking a little time today, but once it does go through all of this, it's going to understand what we are saying, fine tune the tool in the backend to make sure all the tweets work in the right way. Okay. So I'm going to just pause it again and I'm going to give it a shot again. It is loading. You can see this. There's a little dot that is popping. So it's probably doing work in the backend. So let's give it 10-15 seconds. But you can see this, right? It already made some changes, right? Sarcastic tweets about 9 to 5 life in India. Give me a funny tweet for Indian entrepreneurs. So I think it already did make the update in the backend, but it's being a little buggy today and it's not able to show through. So I think it is pretty much done. So I'm going to try it out any which ways, right? I'm going to try the same topic right now. AI will take away many jobs. Oh, there you go. There you go. It says it is now done. I'm going to click on the refresh and I'm going to try the topic again. Let's see if the tweets are more relatable than they were before. Okay. Look at that. This time it's quicker. AI won't take your job, but the guy who knows how to use better will do. AI won't replace you, but your investors will definitely ask, why do you still need a team of 8 to do this? You see, because I said my audience are entrepreneurs and working professionals. Guys, do you guys see how incredibly powerful is this? It gave a founder point of view. For working janta, because I said Indian audiences, so it is picking up the Indian lingo right now. Worried AI will take your job? Relax. Your boss already did that. You're just attending meetings right now, right? Pure desi sarcasm. What are you seeing here? AI will replace many jobs, but not the ones where Sharmaji forwards PDFs and says, please see. Right? So Sharmaji ka beta is also in right here. The cold truth, AI isn't coming for your job. It's coming for you for your excuse to not upskill. Guys, from a scale of 1 to 10, what do you guys think about the tweets that it is able to come up with? Are they sarcastic? Are they funny? Are they engaging enough? Incredible. Do you guys want to make this even better? Should we make this even better? Yes, in the chat. Okay, let's make this even better. Guys, the reason why I'm showing you all of this is because you need to learn how you can make AI work for you. So what we are doing at this point in time is fine tuning AI, right? So I'm going to fine tune it even further. You see, it is coming up with 5 tweets, but I wanted to come up with 10 tweets. And I wanted to do a little more work. I'll type it out and I'll explain you what I want AI to do for me, right? I want you to come up with 10 tweets every time. not just come up with tweets, but also rate each of those tweets from a scale of 1 to 10 on the potential of it to go viral on my audience. I also want you to write a reason on why you think it will go viral. Give me the output in a table and order the tweets from the ones which are highest rated in the top to start with. So what am I doing? I'm saying I'm making AI do a lot more work, right? I'm basically saying, listen, I want you to come up with 10 tweets every time, and not just to come up with tweets, but also rate each of these tweets from a scale of 1 to 10 on a potential for it to go viral on my audience. I also want you to write the reason on why you think it will go viral. Give me the output in form of a table. So I'm asking it to come with 10 tweets, rate its own work from a scale of 1 to 10, and also give me a reason on why it thinks it will go viral. And I'm basically saying I want the whole of this output in a table, so it's easily consumable. That is a lot of work for anyone to do, but I hope it's not a lot of work for AI to do. You can see this, it says done, and looks like the speed is back. So it says basically it's done. So I'm gonna just drop a topic, the same topic. Let's drop the same topic so that we can see how the quality is improving, right? AI will take away many jobs. Let us see what it comes up with. Here are the 10 tweets of AI will take many jobs. And look at that, guys. This time, AI is giving you a topic which is on a table. Guys, drop a boom in the chat if you think this is insane, right? The tweet is here, the viral score is here, and it also explains you why it is, right? So you can see this. AI won't take your job, but the guy who knows how to use AI for 499 rupees on Udemy will. AI will increase productivity. Me, still waiting 2 hours to get approval on a Google Doc. Everyone is scared of AI will take their job. Meanwhile, the real threat is that Excel is crashing without saving. Look at the reasons also. It is also giving a reason on why it will work. And the way it is giving out a score is based on what it thinks it will go viral. Right? So, is this a 10x hack? Drop a comment 10x in the chat if you think this is a 10x hack. Awesome, 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 awesome. I'm glad you guys are finding a lot of value in this. Now, with that being said, right? We are here. We are done with all of this table and everything. Now we have to save it. How do I do it? I can simply click on the create button. Now it gives me 3 options. Only me, anyone with the link, or the GPT store. If I select the GPT store, right, it will go in the GPT marketplace and anybody can use it in the world. If you don't want anybody to use it, but just your team, then you can select anyone with the link and save it and can share the link with your team. And anyone who has the link to this tool can use it. If you don't want anyone to use it, just you, then you can save it as only me as well. So in this case, I'm going to do anyone with link. Click on the save button. And now it is done. I can simply click on View GPT, and there you go. The tool is built. Nice little profile picture, text, description, everything around it. Let's try out one more topic. Let's say topic. Let's say Elon Musk is an alien. It's a fun one, guys. Come on, don't take it seriously. I don't think he's an alien, but Elon Musk is an alien, and let us see what it comes up with. There you go. Elon Musk is not from Earth. No Indian would buy Twitter without checking 3 competitors' 5 reviews and waiting for Diwali offer. This is actually funny. Now, don't you believe this is funny? It's like, oh, Indians wouldn't have bought Twitter without waiting for a Diwali offer. Right? Elon Musk is definitely an alien. Bro built rockets, cars, and bought Twitter while we are still stuck on bro. Let's ideate first. Guys, this is what we built. This is what we built in 15 minutes or 20 minutes or whatever that is. Do you guys want to go on to build even more advanced tools? How many of you guys want to learn even more advanced tools? Me in the chat, guys. Me in the chat. Brilliant. I'm loving the energy today. Looks like all are super enthused today. Incredible, incredible. Let's get right into it. I see a lot of questions of people. Can we do this? Can we do that? We can do all of that. Have patience. We will go step at a step, one step at a time. So that we'll, by the time we get to the ending, we'll have everything on by our side, right? Let's take step by step. Now we're learning words, then we'll learn sentences, then we will write essays, right? We'll take one step at a time. Okay. So we learned how to do this, right? And we got so far. We built this incredible GPT right here, right? But you know what? You can build even more advanced GPTs which has ability to do even more powerful things, right? Quite frankly, you can see a few of them here, right? I personally use a lot of chat GPT GPTs to build tools for content creation and so many other things as well. And these are all very, very advanced GPTs. For example, this is basically a LinkedIn post generator in my own style. So I use this GPT to write all my LinkedIn posts, which gets hundreds of thousands of views, right? Now, the best part about these GPTs are that they don't only write a LinkedIn post, but they actually write LinkedIn posts in my own style. So when you read the post written by these, it is almost indistinguishable for my learners or for my audience who've been following me on Twitter for quite some time. They can't even know if it is actually written by me or it is written by AI, right? That is how powerful the writers are. It's almost impossible to know if it is written by me or by AI because it writes exactly in my own style, right? And for you to be able to build advanced GPTs like this, you cannot directly do it. When I go to edit GPT here, right? And we built all of the tools so far, like for example, the viral tweet crafter was built majorly using the create option, right? Where we kept on the create button, we started talking to it. But you see, when you have to build advanced GPTs, you cannot use this wizard anymore. You have to do things yourself. For that, you have to come to configure as an option. Now, if I come to configure the viral tweet crafter that we see that we just built right now, right? If I come to configure, this is the back end of the tool, right? And if you want to build advanced GPTs, you have to directly use the backend of this tool and do everything yourself rather than relying on chat GPT to build the tool for you. Now, what is there in the backend? Of course, there's a name. You can see this viral tweet crafter. Viral tweet crafter is right here. If I want to change the name, let's say I want to call it 2.0. If I just add it here, the 2.0 is added to the tool as well. The description, creates funny, sarcastic, relatable tweets is basically this description that chat GPT filled in for us. Now, the most important part of everything about this GPTs is the instruction. So what actually ChatGPT did was when we were explaining what we want, it was basically converting our instructions into this prompt. And this is a prompt that ChatGPT wrote for us, right? This is a prompt based on everything that we said. ChatGPT basically wrote this prompt because of which the tool works so well. It's the ChatGPT which wrote the prompt. But if you want to build advanced GPTs, you have to write your own prompt. This cannot be like this. You have to write your own prompt then. In fact, I'll show you something, right? This is an advanced GPT, like I said, which is the LinkedIn post writer, which writes in my own style. If I expand this prompt, right, look how long the prompt is. Look at that. It goes on for 3 pages. Now, if you're wondering, did AI write this? No, AI didn't write this prompt, or I actually got it to write, right? AI didn't fill this prompt. This is a manually written prompt, which I wrote to make sure that you get such incredible results. And you have to have the ability to write prompts like this for you to be able to get incredible results as well. How many of you guys want to learn how to build advanced GPTs by writing extensive prompts like this? This is where the superpower unlocks. Do you guys want to learn how I write these prompts? Yes, I love it. I love the fact that people want to go advanced into all these things. Incredible, guys. Please do keep the energy in the same way. Okay, so let's get right into it. Now, you guys must be wondering, looking at this prompt, Weber, what is this hashtag? What are these 2 stars? What is this role? What is this objective? What are all of this? Well, these are the kind of things that you have to learn to be able to build an advanced GPT, right? So let's get right into that of building an advanced GPT right now. So, like I said, for you to build an advanced GPT, you need to have an understanding of something called as a markdown prompting structure. This is the fundamental learning that you need to have for you to be able to build these advanced GPTs. That is the markdown prompting structure. And if you see this prompt, right? This prompt is written using the markdown prompting structure that you see right here. And the markdown prompting structure has a few headings, which is role, objective, context, instructions, and notes. Now, let me quickly explain what all these are. Obviously, right, you've been already taught a few things here with the magic prompt formula, but this is the next step. This is the markdown prompting, and I'll explain you why it is so incredibly powerful. Now, when you're writing a prompt, I'll give you a rule of thumb. Whenever you're writing a prompt, the way you should think about a prompt is that if you have hired someone new, if you have hired a new person to do a job or to work under you, right? How well do you explain him or her the instructions of what you want them to accomplish? That is how a prompt should capture as well. You should be as detailed as possible. And for you to go super detailed, a prompt structure really helps. For example, let's say you're hiring a customer success executive. Okay. How do you explain that role? If you think about explaining the role and put it in these buckets, you will see how well it goes. Let's say that you're hiring a person, right? For a customer success executive. What is the role of the person? You basically tell that person, listen, I am looking for a customer success executive who is incredibly good at solving customer issues. And I basically want someone with 5 years of experience. That is basically the role, where you're explaining what you want the person to do. In this case, you're explaining what you want AI to do, right? Act like a customer success executive with more than 10 years of experience, and you should be extremely good when it comes to solving customer issues. Next is objective. You explain the person that you're hiring, saying that, listen, your job is to solve problems of our learners. You see, hundreds of thousands of people attend growth school programs, and if they have issues, they will write us an email. Your job is to check those emails, understand their problem, and solve those problems. That is your objective. Your objective is to solve problems of our customers who write us an email. That is the objective. Next is context. Context is where we explain AI why what it's doing is extremely important. Just like a human being, right? If you hire someone and you say that, listen, your job is just to solve customer tickets, then the person will optimize for solving a lot of customer tickets the fastest time. But if you give some context saying that, listen, your job is not just solving tickets, but your job is essentially very important for the growth of the company. Here is why. You see, a lot of learners pay for our programs. When they pay for our programs, right, they come inside, and if they're stuck somewhere, they write us an email. When they write us an email, they basically are stuck somewhere. As a result, they wrote us an email, right? If you solve their email with highest empathy, if you solve their concern with highest empathy and fastest way possible in the right way, they will be happy that the problem was solved. If they're happy, they will go and talk to other people about our growth school programs, or, the growth school / economic time programs, right? And when that happens, a lot more people will join our business or join our programs as well. And when that happens, our program will grow, our brand will grow. As a result, you will grow as well. So the job that you're doing, my friend, is very, very, very important. So do it right. When you give this context to a human being as well, don't you think the person will be able to do the job much better? Agree or not agree? When you give the context of why that job is important, don't you think the person will be able to do a much better job? Yes, that's exactly what we do with AI here as well. In context, we explain why what AI is doing is important and how. Right? Understood so far? Understood so far? Yes. Brilliant. Brilliant. And then finally, we give instructions. What are instructions? Instructions are nothing but simply telling AI, these are the steps that I want you to do. Right? Open your email. Check out for all the unopened emails. Read the emails. Understand what the problem is. If you know the solution, reply to the solution. If you don't know the solution, write a message on Slack. This is what we'll tell a human being, right? In the same way, in instructions, you basically expand on everything step by step that you want AI to do. And finally, notes, right? Notes is an interesting thing, because on notes, what you basically do is kind of explain people. You kind of explain people, explain AI in this case, if there are something important that it should definitely remember. So let's say you mentioned a lot of things here, right? And there could be things that AI might forget. So all the important points you kind of reiterate inside of notes. So that's like a quick summary for what for everything for AI to remember. Right. So guys, that is how the structured formula goes. It starts with role, it goes into objective, context, instructions, and finally notes. When you put all this information together, right, it builds a full-fledged prompt which will make your AI agent or the AI bot that you're building foolproof, right? It's a structure which explains AI in a very interesting way or a very clear way on what you want AI to accomplish, right? That is the structure. Now let's come to these coded things, right? What is this hashtags? What are these stars? What do they do? And why do I have to use it? And how do I have to use it? Here's the thing, right? As we human beings, when you saw this whole slide, right, what is the first thing that you read? I'm sure most of you people read this headline which said special prompting structure for custom GPTs. Why? You read that first because the font of the text is much larger. It's a headline. That's why you read it. And you know back of your head that if the font of the text is large, that means it is important. It is a headline, it is important. I have to read it first, right? But when it comes to talking to AI, in the prompt, right, you cannot increase the font of the text. You cannot make a headline. AI doesn't understand size of text or size of font. The only way to communicate AI is with this coded language. So when I put one hashtag, every line of text that is written after that, AI imagines that text to be a headline. Yes, one hashtag means H1, which is a big headline. When I put two hashtags, AI imagines that this is still a headline, but it is smaller than headline one, which is one hashtag. So the biggest headline, biggest font is one hashtag. Two hashes is still a headline, but smaller than H1. Three hashtags, if you put, it is still a headline, but smaller than H2 or the smaller than two hashtags. So essentially, when you put hashtags, AI will imagine that line to be a headline. Now, what are these stars? Anything that you put between these two asterisks, right? AI imagines that word to be in bold. When you're writing a large paragraph and you think something is important, you end up lining it or you end up bolding it. The reason? Simple, right? That allows you to give the reader focus on a few words. And if you want AI to focus on specific words, you have to put that text into stars so that AI thinks it is in bold, right? So let me show you a screenshot which will give you a better context. Okay. Okay, you can see this. This is markdown formatting, guys. When it's one hashtag, then it is H1. You can see the size of the text here. When it's two hashtags, it is H2. You can see it is smaller than H1, but it's still a headline. When you put three hashtags, it is H3, which is still a headline, but smaller than H2 and H1. And finally, when you put a text between stars, it is bolded. So this is our way to communicate AI, what is very important, what is not so important. And that is the art of markdown formatting. By using simple special characters, right, you're able to communicate with AI so many important things. Was this helpful? Did you guys understand what we are trying to, what I'm trying to explain here? Was this helpful? Brilliant, 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 brilliant. Should we get this into execution right now? Should we get this into execution right now? Yes? All right. Let us do that. Let us do that. So guys, like I said, we're gonna build we're gonna build an extensive bot this time, much more advanced custom GPT this time. And you saw this, we have to write a prompt like this. Because I showed you this example of LinkedIn post writer, let's try to rebuild this only, right? Let's try to build a LinkedIn post writer which writes exactly in your own style. Now you can use the same tactic for anything when it comes to writing so that it can mimic your style of writing, which is very, very important. You can use AI, but people should not know that you're using AI. That is where the difference comes in, right? So how do we mimic our style of writing, right? That is what we're going to do. Let's build a bot which can mimic, which can write LinkedIn posts in your own style. For that, we have to write an advanced prompt like this using markdown formatting, like I mentioned, right? Now, what do we do here? If you guys were wondering, I'm going to write all of this step by step manually, you guys are wrong. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use AI, which is ChatGPT in this case, to write the whole prompt, right? But it's not as simple as that. I'm going to show you guys a workflow using which I get AI to write super extensive prompts like this one. By the way, I didn't write this prompt. I got AI to write it, but there is a method to the madness. And that is the process I wanted to teach you. Would you guys want to learn it? Would you guys want to learn the process of getting AI to write it, or should we manually write it? Getting AI to write it is going to be a workflow. AI or manual in the chat? AI to write? Of course. I know we want AI to write it, right? And that is what we're going to learn today. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a workflow. So let's think about the workflow, right? What are we trying to accomplish right now? We are trying, guys, come back. I hope everybody is with me. This is important. This is very, very important. Okay. It's about how we think. What are we trying to accomplish here? We want AI to write a prompt using which AI can write LinkedIn posts in our own style. In this case, in my own style. Now, does AI know my style of writing? No. So I have to teach AI how I write. There are two ways of doing it. One is that I explain how I write, which is going to be really, really hard. Try explaining someone how you write. You can't explain it yourself because it's all patterns. You have done it over the course of time, right? You have a style of writing. It's very hard to explain it in words. The second way of doing it is I will give a lot of LinkedIn posts that I've written in the past to AI, and I will ask, listen, analyze all my LinkedIn posts, and you tell me my style of writing. You do a detailed analysis of my LinkedIn post and give me a report on how I write my LinkedIn posts, right? Then I will use that learnings, which is going to be a super detailed report, and I will ask AI to convert this into a prompt so that we can rewrite using that prompt. Do I make sense? I mean, obviously, I'm going to show you everything live. Do I make sense? Because it is very hard for us to understand or explain AI how we write, we're going to get AI to analyze our posts so that it gives us a detailed analysis. And using that analysis, we're going to convert that into a prompt. If you guys got a high level understanding, it's good enough. As we put it in action, you will get it completely. Yes. Should we put it in action? Should we put it in action? Guys, the reason why I'm explaining what I'm doing is because this is the art. It's the art of breaking down a problem and getting AI to do it for you. That is all about how you get AI to work for you. Okay, let's put it in action. I'm very certain that a lot of you people will get it. Okay, so let's come to ChatGPT and I'm going to send a prompt like this. Okay, you're an expert at writing prompts and you have worked at Google Gemini team. In fact, in this case, right, I'm going to change this to OpenAI team to lead prompt engineering team. Create a detailed prompt that enables me to input 10 of my viral LinkedIn posts. Here, ChatGPT or you should thoroughly analyze this post to understand why this post went viral, the structure and style of engaging hooks, formatting specifics, choice of words, whatever else is needed to do an extensive analysis of my LinkedIn post. Goal of the prompt is to give a detailed report on how I write my LinkedIn post to an extent even I don't understand. Give me the prompt without any formatting to be used inside of ChatGPT only. Okay, I wrote this prompt for Gemini to start with, but we are doing it in ChatGPT right now, right? So what did I say? I told AI, listen, I want you to write a prompt for me. And the job of that prompt is to analyze my LinkedIn posts. That's what I said, right? And you have to tell me why these posts have gone viral, what is the style and structure, what is the formatting specifics of my writing, choice of action words and everything else. Guys, my team is going to share all these prompts with you towards the end, so don't worry. You can get a chance to play with all of them. And by the way, I'm using the ChatGPT 4.0, which is the free version, right? This is the prompt that I wrote. I'll click on send. This is the prompt that I wrote to get a prompt, right? That is why I said it's a workflow. There you go. You can see this. It has started to write an extensive prompt right now for us. You're an expert at viral post analysis, advanced copywriting, and LinkedIn growth strategy. I will paste 10 of my most viral LinkedIn posts. Your task is to deeply analyze this post and give me a detailed breakdown of my LinkedIn writing style. And you see this, it has expanded so nicely. the psychological and emotional triggers. What are the patterns? Storytelling frameworks. I don't even know what these are, right? Hook analysis, breakdown of the structure, the first two lines. What makes them scroll stopping or thumb stopping? Look at that. It is all AI thinking about the kind of analysis we should do to kind of mimic the style. Types of curiosity gaps, bold statements, emotional tension. You see, it has wrote an incredible prompt for us, right? And it says, once I paste my 10 of my viral posts, give me a full detailed analysis. So essentially, it has given us the full prompt right here. So what I'm going to do, like a nice guy, I'm going to copy this whole prompt. So in the first step, what did we do? We asked AI to come up with a prompt inside of which we can attach 10 of my viral LinkedIn posts, right? And it came up with a very, very cool and a super detailed prompt. So I'm going to go to ChatGPT again, and I'm going to paste this prompt that ChatGPT gave me. You see this? This is the prompt that it gave. I copied it and I pasted it here, right? And I'm going to click on the send button. So ideally, it should be like, it says, absolutely, I'm ready. Once you paste 10 of your viral LinkedIn posts, I'll deep dive and deliver a research to your down. So what is it asking? It's asking me to paste my 10 of my LinkedIn posts right now, right? So what I'm going to do, obviously, I've already copied the 10 of my LinkedIn posts in the past, so that's easier. And I'm just going to paste it. Here are my 10 LinkedIn posts right here, right? And I'm right now sending these LinkedIn posts to AI. Look at that. Phenomenal post, Weber. I've completed a deep down. And guys, folks, drop a comment insane in the chat if you think this is insane. AI is dissecting our prompts right now for how I write. It's pulling information from the post that I have written in the past. It says emotional and psychological triggers, theme patterns, storytelling frameworks, hook analysis, common techniques, hook tone, formatting and structure. Look at that. It's able to pull the number of words that I use, paragraphs and everything around it, emoji analysis, white space and rhythm, language and tone, power words, engagement tactics, writing identity. It has a DNS emoji here as well. Folks, do you think it is possible for us humans to explain how we write so well? Do you think it is even possible? Look how long the analysis is. Guys, if you think this is insane, drop a comment insane in the chat. We got AI to do analysis of my 10 of my LinkedIn posts in depth as possible. How game changing is this? Now, what is the job? We got the analysis. What is our next job? I will repeat the whole process again. Don't worry about it. The next job is to convert this analysis into a prompt, a final prompt, right? Yes, we are going to convert this into a final prompt right now. So what I'm going to do for this, I'm going to do something very, very simple. Okay. I'm going to come to ChatGPT in a new window again. And I'm going to write a prompt like this. Again, you're a highly skilled prompt engineer with extensive experience leading, let's say, ChatGPT prompt engineering team. Your task is to craft a comprehensive, detailed prompt designed to accurately emulate my style of writing. Utilize the provided in-depth analysis of my existing LinkedIn posts to precisely capture my tone, structure, voice, everything. Ensure the prompt clearly outlines the guidelines and nuances necessary to generate a LinkedIn post indistinguishable from my original content. Here is the detailed analysis. So what did we do? We wrote a prompt. The prompt basically says, listen, I'm going to give a detailed analysis of my LinkedIn post, convert this into a prompt which can write LinkedIn post in my own style. That is what is the prompt here. And here's the detailed analysis for reference. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this detailed analysis that we got from ChatGPT. Okay, there you go. I've got this detailed analysis. I'm going to copy the whole analysis that ChatGPT did, and I'm going to share it here, right? I'm basically saying use this analysis to create a prompt, which I can use, with which AI can write LinkedIn posts like me. I'll click on the send button. Let's give it some time. Look at that. All of the analysis that ChatGPT gave us, I just dropped it and I said, convert this into a prompt, right? I'm sure AI is like thinking, there are so many instructions. but let's give it some time. I'm sure it's going to kick in very, very soon. So as it does the job, right? Let me quickly revise on what we did. What was our job? Our job was to create a prompt using which AI can write exactly like us or mimic our style of writing, in this case, a LinkedIn post, right? So what did we do first? We asked AI to create a prompt which can analyze our LinkedIn posts, right? That was step one. So it gave us a very cool prompt. We used this prompt inside of ChatGPT again, and then we gave 10 of our LinkedIn posts, right? Because the prompt was so extensively written by AI, and when we gave it the 10 of our LinkedIn posts here, it was able to give us a super detailed analysis of how I write my LinkedIn posts. Now, what did I do? I copied the whole analysis that AI did of my LinkedIn post, went onto a new window, and I said, listen, now that we have the analysis of my LinkedIn post, use these insights to create a prompt using which AI can write LinkedIn posts in my own style based on this analysis. And here it comes, right? Guys, look at the prompt. You are writing LinkedIn posts in the style of Web of Sysindhi, a tech insider storyteller known for high velocity, high engagement, high engagement. Your mission is to mirror his signature content style down to pacing, tone, and everything around it. Here is the detailed styling guide. Overall tone and voice, structure and formatting. Look at that. It's insane. Post blueprint as well. Content formats, viral triggers to include, micro stylistic notes, CTA style, and it also gave some examples. So, guys, we have the prompt. Drop a boom in the chat. We finally have the prompt that we can use. Now, there is something missing in this prompt. Can you guys tell me what is missing in this prompt? The prompt that I showed you is different to what this is. What is the difference, guys? What is the difference? Yes, the structure, the markdown structure is missing, correct? The hashtags, the stars, and all that stuff is missing. How do we get AI to write in the markdown structure, right? What do? I come here and get AI to do all the job for me again, right? I'm going to be like, rewrite the prompt in a markdown structure like this. And you remember this format? I just copied this format and I'm going to paste the format here. You see this? I pasted the format here. I click on the send button and look at that. Look at that. AI converts the whole prompt into the markdown structure with role. You can see the size of the font has gone up, objective, context, instructions, and all the instructions right here, notes, and we are done with the prompt. But you can see this. Awesome. You guys understood what we just did? We just got AI to do all the work for us to eventually get one final prompt. Yes, awesome. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. Now, what is our job? Our job is to, guys, I made one mistake and I'll tell you what. I believe that when we rewrote this prompt, right, few of the things were missed here. So it did rewrite, but it condensed the prompt. So I'm going to add one more point here, right? I'm going to click on this edit on the prompt and I'll be like, rewrite the prompt in the markdown structure without skipping anything that is mentioned in the above prompt. Because I think it skipped a few points as it wrote it. The format should be like this. So what did I do here? I'm basically re-editing the prompt. I'm going to click on the send button again because I think looking at the size of the prompt, I think it skipped a bunch of things, right? I want it to be as extensive as possible. So I'm like, rewrite the prompt in the markdown structure without skipping anything that is mentioned in the above prompt. I'm going to click on the send button. So it will rewrite the prompt. There you go. You can see this. Now it is even more detailed because I feel what it did. Look at that. I feel it skipped a lot of things. As a result, I asked it to rewrite it without skipping anything. As a result, now I feel it has rewritten everything properly. Okay. Now that we have the prompt, let's make a custom GPT out of this. Okay. I copy the prompt. I go to Chat GPT. I click on explore GPTs and I click on create again, right? But this time, instead of going to create, I will go to configure directly because we are now advanced GPT builders, right? And I can call this the LI post generator. I can say viral posts on any topic in WebHub style. And finally, I have to paste the prompt here, instructions. Now, when I open this, you see the hashtags and stars are gone. Though I asked it, now the prompt is super extensive like before, but the hashtags and stars are gone. Why? I told you that AI cannot understand the size of the fonts. And this time, it actually didn't give me in the markdown format. That is because it gave me the output in the chat GPT normal version. As a result, I didn't get those hashtags and stars. If I want this prompt in hashtags and stars, I just have to rewrite the prompt or give me the prompt in a code editor without making any changes so that the markdown format is retained. So when I say code editor, right? In a code editor, all these hashtags and stars will come up because it's a plain text editor, right? So if you want your hashtags and all to come in and you don't know what code editor is, just remember this word code editor. Okay. I'll click on the send button and you will see this. Look at that. It opens this format in a box this time. And look at this. The hashtags and stars are back right now. It is giving me the output with the hashtags and stars because I said, give me the output in a code editor. Are you guys clear? Are you guys clear? You see, I'm trying to do problem solving live in front of you so that you guys will learn. This is the best form of learning, right? By making things work. So there you go. I'm getting the full prompt in hashtags and stars right now, and it is done. I can simply click on this copy button right here. Okay. And then come back to ChatGPT. In this prompt, I'm going to delete this and I'm going to send the prompt. And there you go. All the hashtags, all the stars are intact. Context here, instructions is here. The things that are important are also bolded. Viral triggers are here. Notes are here. Everything is done. Right? There you go. We have a nice little prompt. In fact, if you want a profile picture, I can say use DALL-E and it will generate a profile picture right here for us as well. So let's give it a spin right now. Let's give it a topic and see what kind of output it gives. Let's give a topic. Let's say OpenAI will go bankrupt. There you go. That's the profile picture it came up with. I don't like it so much, but that's okay. This is a topic that I want to write on, that OpenAI can go bankrupt. I want to write a LinkedIn post on this topic. Click on the send button. Let us see what it comes up with. I can tell you if it writes in my style or not very clearly. Let's give it a couple of minutes for it to give us the output. It's doing a lot of loading work. Okay, there you go. OpenAI might go bankrupt, and it's not a rumor. The math is scary. Here is what's happening, guys. Let me tell you this. In fact, you know what? I'm going to open LinkedIn, my LinkedIn post. Okay. And you tell me if it is writing in my style or not. So I'll go to posts. Let's say I'll open this one. Okay. You can see this. This is a post that I've written. It has 100,000 views. Look at that. Brocode become one of the hottest beer brands, and they don't even sell beer, right? And you can see this. Think about it. Crazy part, and all those words, right? This is my style of writing, and you can see the same thing. Mukesh Ambani's daughter is using AI to disrupt fashion industry. Here's how, right? And now look at this. OpenAI might go bankrupt, and it's not just a rumor. The math is scary. Here is what's happening. It is my own style. This is how I write my hook. I write a very catchy hook, catchy first two lines, and then I put a CTA for people to expand. And there you go. OpenAI burns an estimated $700,000 to $1 million to run ChatGPT. Yes, while ChatGPT had 100 million users in the peak, the growth is flattening. words and all the numbers, all the breakdowns. So OpenAI is making money, but not keeping it. Meanwhile, the market is shifting. Da, da, da. So what happens if OpenAI goes under? Simple. Microsoft absorbs the IP and talent. Do you think OpenAI can survive 2025? Or are we watching a unicorn burn too fast to land? Curious what other things. You will also see, I always end the questions by asking, drop your thoughts below, right? Drop your thoughts below. Do let me know what you guys think. I always end it with questions like this, right? And that's essentially what it is doing. It's mimicking my style of writing completely. Guys, what do you guys think from a scale of 1 to 10? How crazy is this output? It literally translated how I write to the T. Frankly, I can say this as I read it. This is the power of writing an advanced GPT. This is the power of writing or building an advanced GPT, right? Phew. If you like it, of course, right, you can click on create and save it and start using it. I've already built one, so I don't have to play much about it. But let's say, right, let's say you want to make changes in this GPT. Let's say you want to make changes in this GPT. I frankly think it is perfect, but for the sake of it, let's say you want GPT not to give these pointers. You want it to flow like a story. How will you make it work? You want GPT not to give these pointers. You want it to flow like a video script. How do you do that? How do you give feedback? Because right now you cannot just come to create and give feedback, right? What I do is I come to configure and I click on this expand button, right? And if I want to give feedback, I give it on notes, right? What I will do is I will just copy the note 6 and paste it, and I'll change it. I'll add a note 7. Okay. And I'll be like, never use bullet points or numbered lists or emoji lists while generating posts. It should always flow like a story. Okay, so that is the feedback I wanted to give, and that is what I gave right here. Also, if you see this, right, I have mentioned here use bullet points and number list to break down. Obviously, if I have it, it will not work, right? So in fact, let's leave it as it is. Let us see if it will actually work. Okay, I added this line: never use bullet points or numbered lists or emojis while generating prose. It should always flow like a video script. That's the feedback that I gave. Let's try the topic again. Topic: OpenAI will go bankrupt. Okay, that's the topic we'll try. This time I'm hoping that there'll be no bullet points. That's the changes that I'm trying to make. You can see this. It is still throwing up some bullet points. Now the emojis went away, but still throwing some bullet points. I'm like, I don't want bullet points. I want structured storytelling style of writing, right? It tried it, but it still ended up giving a few bullet points. So I have to give the feedback even stronger, right? So what I'm going to say here is, in this line only, right? I'm going to add a line. If you follow this note, I will give you $100 tip per post. What am I doing? I'm in a way bribing AI right now, and in a way, bribing does work, right? When you say I'll give you $100 tip, or you also say I'll fire you from your job, both of these things work as well, because AI has learned from us humans, right? It has consumed a lot of content while it was being trained, so it does understand what you're trying to say. So I'm gonna go ahead and try this right now again. Now that I bribed it, let's see if it listens to me. There you go. Like no bullet points, but you see this, it's still somehow figured out a way to write these pointers here. Now, that is probably because you see in the instructions, I have mentioned use bullet points because that is how I write usually, right? If I remove this, click on close, and if I ask it again, Look at that this time. So far, no bullet points. Guys, drop a boom in the chat if you think this is oh my God. It came up with bullet points again in the end. This time, let's give it the stick, right? If you don't follow this note, I will fire you. Okay, it's too rude, I know. Let's try right now. Okay, so far so good. Oh my God, it still came up with bullet points right here. It says increase the bribe. Okay, let's do one more try. Let's do one more try. Okay. Let's see if there's any. Oh, there you go. Engaging bullet points and clean formatting. We have to read this line. Have we mentioned bullet points anywhere else? I'm just seeing it. Look at this, bullets and emojis. Because we are confusing AI, right? In one place, we are saying use bullet points. In another place, we are saying don't use bullet points. Let us see right now if it works. Okay, fingers crossed. Guys, this is the magic of fine tuning. You're trying to understand what is AI doing and why is it not listening to me? And it's trying to make it work for you, right? That is the game here. Let's give it some time. Now, AI is also building tension for us, right? Okay, let's count for 10 seconds. All right, there you go. OpenAI might go bankrupt and it's no clickbait. Oh my God, look at that. It still comes up with these bullet points. Okay, I have one more way to do it. Don't worry about it. But I will try one more thing here. Okay. I'm looking if I've mentioned bullet points anywhere else. Okay. I'm going to put this into stars right now because it's still not listening to us, right? What else can we do? Okay. And I'm going to do both bribe and also like a reward, right? And if you follow, I will give you $100 tip. Okay. Let us see if this works. This time, because I've put it in stars, I've given it like the focus that it needs. Click on close. Let's try the topic again. If this doesn't work as well, I have two more ways to do it. Don't worry, we'll make it work. Okay. Let us see if it works this time. In fact, I'm going to do this. I don't know if it's updating the thing or not. Okay. So far, so good. Okay, brilliant so far. Look at this. It is still kind of coming up with bullet points. These are not bullet points actually, right? But it's creating, innovating new ways to kind of break down the points. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try one more thing. I'm going to just copy this. Okay. And I'm going to come back to this prompt that we wrote, if you remember. And I'm going to be like, can you make sure this is part of the instruction? What I did is I gave the feedback to the prompt that we wrote in the past, right? Instead of making changes. This is the last thing that I usually do. I don't usually end up doing this very often. So I'm basically saying, can you please rewrite the prompt, right? By making sure the bullet points are number lists or emojis while generating the not to use while doing this post. And let us see what it comes up with. It should come up with a new prompt right now with the updated version, which ideally should work. If this doesn't work too, I have the final hack, which I'm very certain it will work, right? But I wanted to show you all the ways, and I'm glad it is not listening to me today, right? There you go. I started to rewrite the prompts. It will not change everything. It will only add stuff where it thinks it is right. There you go. It is rewriting the whole prompt. Perfect. Looks like it is done. Let's come back. change the prompt here with the new prompt, and let's try the topic this time. Okay, it is loading. Let's give it a second. I'm going to load it as well. Let's try the topic again. OpenAI will go bankrupt. Guys, I really hope what you're seeing here. Look at that. Okay. God damn it. Look at that. They've tried all of this. Again, it just does come back with the bullet points again. Guys, by the way, before we try one more thing, are you guys liking what we are doing? We are troubleshooting it live so that you understand different ways on how you can troubleshoot yourself as well when you're doing this. Do you like what you're seeing at this point of time? I know it is taking time, but isn't this the right way to learn? Okay, brilliant, 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 brilliant. Okay, let's try one more thing. If it doesn't work, we're going to move on. All right, let's try one more thing. Superb. So now, if for some reason, right, it doesn't work, let's say, right, like this. We have tried everything, it is not working. What should we do? Now, this is where I use my final way of writing. Okay, I use this conversation starters here and I write a mini prompt inside of this. What is the mini prompt? Write a LinkedIn. Okay, I will give you a topic and you will write a LinkedIn post following all the instructions given. Make sure the post doesn't have any bullet points or numbered lists or anything similar. Should I send the topic? So what is this? When I add something in conversation starters, right, it shows up here. So I use this as a hack to kind of act like a mini prompt on top of the main prompt, right? So I basically said, I reminded it, follow all the instructions given and make sure the post doesn't have any numbered or bullet points, right? So when I start writing it this time, I'm going to click on this button first. So first it will send this prompt and then it will be like, okay, send me the topic. This time I'm going to send a topic, OpenAI, same topic, right? We'll go bankrupt. Let us see if it works this time. So it's a mini prompt on top of an existing prompt. You see this where I added it? I added this in conversation starters. As a result, it came up as a, pointer. Let's give it 2 more seconds. I think we're making AI think quite a lot today. Okay. So far, so good. Guys, drop a insane in the chat. We got AI finally to not give us bullet points anymore and write it like a story. And you know what the best part about this is? Everything I showed you are different ways for AI to make it work. So I literally taught you guys in this process how you can fine tune AI. How was this whole journey, guys, of fine tuning AI? Do you find it to be incredibly powerful? Drop a comment powerful in the chat if you found it incredibly powerful. The kind of changes we have to make AI work in a way that we want it to work. Happy? Now what we're going to do is click on this create button and of course, save it as we want it to, right? Now, with that being said, I told you that, listen, I will teach you how to build custom GPTs like this, even if you don't have paid ChatGPT account. Do you want to learn how to do this for free? Do you want to learn how to do this for free? Yes. Okay. It is very, very, very simple. It's very, very, very simple. There's a reason why I'm teaching you right now. And that is because if you want to do it for free, you need to write your own prompt like you just learned. But now that we have the prompt, I'm going to copy this and I'm not going to use ChatGPT for this. In fact, I'm going to go to Gemini by Google, right? And I'm using on Gemini by Google, right? In fact, let me go into a free version, right? I'm going to use a Teams account because I actually have paid version of Gemini as well, right? I'm now using the free version of this. On Gemini, there's an equivalent of GPTs, and that is called as GEMS. GEM, GEMS. And on Gemini, on the bottom left, right, you will see something called as Gem Manager. If I tap on this, the Gem Manager kind of opens up and I can create a new gem here by clicking on this button. I can create a new gem by clicking on this button. Here, I have to give the name. Let's say LinkedIn post generator. Here, you can't do profile picture and all of that. And instructions, which we have already written, I'll copy this and I'll paste it right here. There you go. We are done. And I can give it any topic again. Topic. OpenAI will go bankrupt. And let me tell you one thing, the kind of fine tuning that we did there might not work here. So if you want to build a GPT here, you have to start fine tuning inside of Gemini, like we did on OpenAI, right? Anyways, let's give it a shot. There you go. It comes with a LinkedIn post without any pointers and it works perfectly all right. Right? It picked up even better storytelling here, quite frankly. Right? And that's it. If you're done, you can quickly click on the save button and start using it all the time. The only thing about Gemini is that you can only use your own gems. You cannot share it with others like ChatGPT. You can share it with others, but on Gemini, it's completely free to build your own gems. But you have to write your own prompt. But now you know how to write advanced prompt using the markdown formula, don't you? So this is how you can use Gemini. Create the prompt. You can do the prompt creation also inside of Gemini and also copy the prompt inside of Gemini Gems to create your own GPT equivalent inside of Gemini. And I think it's equally powerful. Got it? Got it in the chat. If you got this, got it in the chat. Brilliant. Now, should we build one more GPT? Should we build one more GPT? Yes. Even more advanced one? Even more advanced one? Yes. Okay. Okay. I'm going to ask you guys a question. How many of you guys, before that, right? How many of you guys have doubts about yesterday's session? How many of you guys have doubts about yesterday's session? Me in the chat. Okay. For all the people who have doubts. Okay. What if we build a GPT or a AI bot or an AI agent which can answer every question from yesterday's session, just like as if it has attended the session. And I build that tool right in front of you. How many of you guys would like to learn or see how I build an AI agent which has attended yesterday's session and can answer any doubt that you might have from yesterday's session? Should we build that? Should we build that AI agent right now? Yes, that would be amazing. That would be crazy. Let us do that. Let us do that right now. Okay. I'm going to do that in Gemini this time so that you guys get a sense. Do I do that on Gemini or should I do that on ChatGPT? Should we build this on Gemini or ChatGPT? Gemini? Okay. We have done a lot of ChatGPT. So let's do a Gemini this time. Okay. So we're kind of covering both. Okay. So how do I do that? I go to ChatGPT. Sorry, I go to Gemini and I'm going to be like, I want a prompt, right? So I'm going to be like, right, you are an expert at writing extensive prompts for building AI agents. You work in the prompt engineering team of Gemini. Write an extensive prompt for Growth School AI mentor, which can answer any question from the 2-day AI for Leaders Mastermind, that was done in partnership with Economic Times. When a learner asks a question, you will understand the question. Look for the answer in the transcript that is attached in the knowledge base. And once you find the answer, you will respond back with the answer in a detailed way such that even a 15-year-old can understand. Okay. So what I'm saying is you're an expert at writing extensive prompts for building AI agents. You work in prompt engineering team of Gemini. Write an extensive prompt for a Gemini growth school AI mentor who can answer any question from the 2-day AI for Leaders Mastermind that was done in partnership with Economic Times. When a learner asks a question, you will understand the question. Look for the answer in the transcript that is attached in the knowledge base. I'll tell you what this is. When I say transcript that is attached in the knowledge base, and once you find the answer, you will respond back with the answer in the detailed way such that even a 15-year-old can understand. That is the prompt that I've asked. Let it write the prompt right now. And as it writes the prompt, right? Yesterday, obviously, we were recording the session, right? And when we were recording the session, Zoom actually give us the transcript of the video as well. Look at this. These are 175 pages of everything that every mentor spoke on the yesterday's session, right? Everything that was spoken in yesterday's session is right here. And for whatever reason, let's say you can see Priyanko talking here as well. For whatever reason, if you don't know how to get a transcript and you have a video, you can just go to Google and search for video to transcript converter free. There are a bunch of tools. One of the best tools is Happy Scribe, where if you upload a video, it will give you the whole transcript like this, which you can download into a PDF, right? But because we are doing this on Zoom, Zoom automatically gives us a transcript, which is right here, right? And this is what I'm going to attach, or this is what I'm going to give access to the GPT, right? So this is the transcript file that I've already got. This is from the yesterday's session. I go to Gemini. You can see this. It has written a super extensive prompt for us. Ideally, I should read the whole prompt and make changes to it, but right now we don't have the time to do it. So I'm going to just go on. And this time I'm going to be like, rewrite the prompt in the markdown format and give me the output in a code editor. I've actually not tried this before in Gemini because I always use ChatGPT to generate my prompts. But let's see what it does. There you go. It converts the whole prompt into a code editor, much more beautiful looking than ChatGPT, I should basically say. The whole prompt is written right now. All I have to do is click on the copy button right now. The prompt is done. So I'm going to come to the gems manager right here, right? I'm going to create a new gem and I'm going to call it the Growth School AI Mentor, right? And I'm going to paste the instructions. Now we have the transcript right here, right? And we have to attach it as a knowledge base. So you can see this, there's an option called as knowledge here where you can upload your own files. I click on add files, right? And I'm gonna upload the knowledge base right here. Now you might be wondering, Vaibhav, can't I just copy this and paste it here? Well, if I do that, it will not work. You can see this. I'm not able to paste it, right? Because it will not be able to save it because there's a problem with something called as context window. It cannot remember so much information. As a result, we have to upload this as a transcript, as a knowledge base for it to refer, right? So now that this is done, when we have uploaded the knowledge base, we can now start asking questions. Guys, do you guys want to ask some questions? Ask some questions that you think AI will struggle with to answer from yesterday's session. Try to ask questions about yesterday's session. Okay. Keep dropping them in. I'm going to pick up some questions from here. Okay, good question. I like this first question by Pratima. Please share libraries of all the free AI tools that were discussed in the session with the purpose of what they do. That's the question I'm going to ask. Let us see what it comes up with. It's doing the analysis right now. You can see it's probably reading the notes and reading the knowledge base at this point of time. And look at that, guys. Numerous AI, Llama Labs, everything, all these were covered yesterday. And I can say, can you give a detailed report of every tool that was covered yesterday? It's doing analysis right now. There you go. Are these the tools that were covered yesterday, folks? Are these the tools that were covered yesterday? Yes, in the chat. Awesome. Let's ask more questions. Okay. Let's ask this question this time. Okay. Which tool was used to generate images? Is this the right answer, folks? Is this the right answer? Did we cover Midjourney yesterday for images? Yes. Brilliant. Did we cover reasoning models yesterday? Did we cover reasoning models yesterday? No? Okay. We covered voice agents, right? We covered voice agents, right? Yes? Okay. Let's ask that question. Give me step-by-step breakdown of how to build a voice agent. I don't know if it can do this. This is a tough one, but let's see if it is able to. Look at that. Understand the problem, offer the solution, prompt the AI, set up the prompt, integrate voice agents, consider the cost. There you go. It pulled in all that information from the transcript right here. Guys, you can keep asking it questions. It can keep answering the way you want. Boom in the chat if you think this is insane. Boom in the chat if you think this is insane. We literally built an AI agent which can answer every question. And of course, right, you can keep asking it questions, more and more questions. It will continue to answer all the questions you want. And the best part, you can use this inside of ChatGPT as well. If you have the paid ChatGPT account, that is, I can just simply go to create, go to configure, paste the prompt, call it the Growth School AI Mentor, upload the knowledge base. It also has the option to upload here, right? Upload the knowledge base and can start ask questions saying, give me the summary of Priyanku's session. Okay, you can see this. It says searching the knowledge. And like I said, ChatGPT is actually even more good than Gemini when it comes to Q&A bots. And look at that. Everything that Priyanku covered yesterday is being broken down into the full-fledged stuff right here. Right? Oh, actually, it picked up Sagar's session. Okay, it says I didn't get the Priyanku's transcript. It got the Sagar's transcript. Did Sagar cover all of this? Context through attention, prediction is a probability, using the LLMs in businesses and whatnot. Awesome. So guys, don't worry. We're going to share all of this with you guys. We're going to build a GPT like this. The bot made by Gemini cannot be shared with others. You can only use it. But if a bot is made by ChatGPT, you can share it. The best part is the GPT that you build, anyone can use it for free. Using a GPT is free. Building a GPT is paid. So we can share a GPT that is a Growth School AI Mentor with you guys after today's session is over with all the recordings. And you can ask doubts about anything and everything that you've learned over the course of today and yesterday. And it will work for free. Only building is paid. Using it is free. So folks, now that we have covered from building a custom GPT with simple Twitter bot to building a chat GPT, which basically writes content like us using LinkedIn, to building an building a AI bot right here. What was your learning experience? How was your learning experience in the last, I don't know, in the last couple of hours from a scale of 1 to 10. How was this? Was this practical enough? Was this mind-blowing enough? I love the fact that people are showing me thumbs ups and this in the video as well. Very helpful. Thank you. Thank you. Was this practical enough? Do you think you would have been able to get all of this if you hadn't gone through yesterday's session? It would have been really, really hard for you to get sense of it if we hadn't gone through the yesterday's session. That's exactly why yesterday's session was very, very important. Now, with that being said, should we jump? Should I show you the website that we built? Should I show you the website that we built? We forgot, right? Let's jump right into the website that we built. Let me quickly share my screen. Okay, I'm coming to the site and guys, look at this. If you like what you're seeing, drop a boom in the chat. Okay. In fact, I can open this on the new window as well. This is the site that AI built for us. Of course, I can change the images and all. About section, languages, fun fact, experience, my experience being broken down into such a nice little timeline, right? My investments, because I've invested in a bunch of companies, and there's a view more button as well. When I tap on that, it shows a nice little pop-up right here. My skills, my additional expertise, my awards that I've got, achievements, and there's a form with email, LinkedIn, and everything around it. All of this done with a simple prompt right here. And in fact, if I want to change the image, right, I can just tap on this and I can simply change the image by uploading my own image if I want to, right? I can upload my own image if I want to as well. Let me try to find an image. Okay, let's say this is the image I want to upload. I can just upload the image that I want to as well, and it will work. Just drag and drop this image right here. Sorry about that. Let's say this is the image I want to add. There you go. It just changed my image as well right there. And I can change any text I want, anything that I want. I can make all the changes that I want right here. Of course, right? Building this is free and you can share this, or you can also like kind of download the whole code as well and host it yourself. But if you want to change the domain name and all, you will have to pay for it, which is about, I think, $10 a month or something like that. But it's actually quite incredible. And in fact, it is mobile optimized as well. Look at that. On a mobile phone, it works brilliantly as well. So guys, this is the power of managing to build stuff all using AI. That is what I wanted to show you. If you want to change the domain and all, of course, right, you will have to pay for the software. But again, right, if a website can be built like this in no time, it's totally worth paying for it if you want to. If you don't want to pay for it, of course, right, you can download the whole code here and you can host it yourself as well. Awesome. With that being said, I hope you guys are feeling accomplished. Are you guys feeling accomplished? Are you guys feeling powerful? Are you guys feeling accomplished and powerful right now? Should I show you? You guys have been quite nice. Should I show you one little bonus? Do you guys want to learn one little bonus before we move on? Yes. Should I teach you how I build presentations using AI? How many of you guys want to learn how to create presentations using AI? Boom in the chat. If I get enough booms, I'll do that. Though we didn't really decide to cover it. Yes, my God, the chat is going to blow up right now. The number of messages that is coming is insane. All right, let's get right into it. Now, again, right, I'm not going to show you a tool, or I'm not just going to show you a tool. I'm going to show you a workflow, because that is where the real power of everything comes in, right? When you use a workflow, that is when you get great outputs. Everybody knows how to use tools. People don't know how to build workflows, and that is what we're going to do right now. And what are we going to do here is, let's say you want to build a presentation on any topic. Let's talk about this scenario, right? Let's say you have an investor presentation on Monday, and you are, let's say, in my case, right? Let's say I have an investor presentation on Monday, and I'm going to present a few investors to raise $10 million to start something like Zepto or Blinkit in Mexico City. I want to start a quick commerce brand in Mexico, and I want to raise capital, for which I have to build a pitch deck, right? Obviously, I have to do a lot of research on this topic, and I've done nothing of it. So how do I do research really, really fast and use those learnings of the research to build a presentation? That is what I'm going to teach you today. Okay. For that, first step for us to build a great presentation is for us to do great research, right? And for that, I'm going to use a prompt like this. You're an expert management consultant and you're very good with doing research on any topic using the best frameworks. Do a research on quick commerce market of LATAM countries, which is Latin America, and see how you can start a brand like Zepto or Blinkit in the LATAM market. Make sure all of this is as detailed as possible, right? Guys, there are a lot of tools for research. I'm only going to show you the free versions of it so that you don't have to pay for the paid one. In this case, right, I will toggle this button search on. When I do this search button on, right, it's free of cost. It will do some searching on the internet, just like we would do, and give us an output, right? So I'm going to toggle this search button. Of course, I can toggle this deep research as well, but deep research is an AI agent which needs a paid ChatGPT account. I'm sure a lot of you people don't have, so I'm going to show you the free versions of it, okay? I'll click on the search button this time because you guys will be on a free account, and I click on the send button. Look at this, it says searching for the web. So it's trying to understand what we have just mentioned. It is searching for the web on the internet on all the kind of things that it needs to do, and has started to write this research for us right here. You can see this operational framework, payment solutions, It's writing out the whole thing for us by reading up a bunch of things on the internet. And not only it gave us a report of research, but also gave us the sources. When I tap on this, you can see AI quickly read all these articles before it actually gave us this output. But you know what? I have a very important presentation. I cannot rely on ChatGPT only. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to use a few more tools to do research, which I absolutely love. My favorite tool when it comes to research is called as Perplexity AI. Okay. My favorite tool is called as Perplexity AI. And for that, I hope I'm in the right account. Yes, I am. Okay. I'm going to select this deep research button. And I'm going to use the free version of Perplexity here. I've selected the whole prompt as is, but I've selected the deep research button and I click on the send button. Now, what deep research does is very interesting. Instead of just taking this prompt here, it takes the prompt, it breaks down the prompt actually into multiple tasks. You can see this. It breaks down the prompt into multiple tasks, understands it, and then it will read about it. You can see deep research can take up to 30 minutes to research and analyze and reflect, and I can enable this and it remind me. Everything that we have said, it will break down the task into simple things using something called as a reasoning model, right? You can see this. I need to search the web to gather detailed information on quick commerce. This will help me to understand, and it reads up. It searches a few things on the internet and reads an article. Now that it's read an article, it says I found several insights on quick commerce market. However, I still need to gather more specific information on market entry strategies. As a result, it is reading more. Do you see what it is doing? It is thinking like a human being. Don't we think like this? When a task is given, we break it down, read some stuff, learn a few things, and then we research again. Correct? Yes or no? Agreed or not agreed? Right? That's essentially what it is doing. It is breaking down the task, thinking like a human being, and then searching things up for us on the go. This is the power of research, reasoning models. And that is what it is doing. It has already read 49 resources. It's going to take some time. So let's move on to the next tool for research. Okay. The next interesting tool for research is called as Grok. Grok is a very cool tool, which is created by Elon Musk, right? And we are going to use Grok. Right now, it's in Spanish for whatever reason. I'm going to translate this into English. I'm using the free version of the Grok, by the way. And I'm going to send the same prompt. You're an expert management consultant, and I'm going to select the deep search button. Okay, I'm going to select the deep search button and click on send. So Grok also has a similar deep search option, which also has the ability to think. You can see this. It is thinking right now and reading articles on our behalf. So again, it tries to break it down like a human being, goes out and reads about things on the internet. One more very interesting platform for you to do research, which is frankly hands down my favorite, though it is free, is Gemini. And Gemini has something called as deep research as well. When you select this, I send the same prompt here on Gemini as well. Gemini is the most extensive when it comes to deep research. The reason is very simple, because it has access to the Google search. So it reads up a lot more articles than any other AI tool can. And when it comes to research, more input is usually a better output. You can see this, Gemini has started to do its work as well. Deep search has been thinking, Grok has been thinking for 57 seconds right now. And finally, you can see this after doing 26 different steps, Perplexity has found an answer after reading 49 different articles for us and has given us this extensive report right here. Look at how extensive this is. So we got Perplexity to do research as well. I'm going to simply click on this copy button and I'm going to do something interesting right now. I'm going to come to ChatGPT, and you saw we already got this result from using the search, right? Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to merge research from different platforms. Why am I going to do that? I'll tell you very soon. Now let me show you how I'm going to merge it. I'm going to add something like, hey, I have done some research too. Can you please include this and make a more extensive report? So basically what we are doing is I'm basically merging the report that ChatGPT gave me with the report that Perplexity gave me as well. So I'm going to simply copy this, right? Come here and I'm going to paste the Perplexity report. And I'm also going to say also this report. And what I'm going to do is you saw Grok as well, right? Grok also finished making this report. Look how extensive this is. It actually did work for 1 minute, 34 seconds to do this research for us. I'm going to simply copy this, come to ChatGPT and paste this report as well, and click on the send button. Now, why am I including all the reports? Because I have a very important presentation and I want to make sure not a single point is missed. So I'm using power of all the tools and putting all that information together into one extensive report so that nothing is missed. When I come back to Gemini, look at this. It has researched 135 reports. The sites browsed are 135 websites. Grok did, I think, I don't know how many, 64 websites. Perplexity did 54 websites. A Search GPT did about 15 websites. Gemini read 135 websites. That's why I said it's usually very, very extensive. And it's right now creating a report as well of Gemini, which I can include as well. But now that I've included the report of ChatGPT, Perplexity, and Grok together, we have got a super extensive report here. Information from every different platform has been merged into one final report so that it is super foolproof. Guys, did you guys understand the workflow? If you think this is a powerful workflow, drop a comment 100x in the chat. We are not relying on one source. We are relying on multiple free sources and combining all that information so that nothing is getting missed out. And look at this. The report from Gemini is also done. Look how extensive this is. I'm going to do the same thing here as well. I'm going to just copy everything that Gemini has given. Okay. I'm going to come back to ChatGPT. I'm going to be like, include pointers from this research too. And I'm going to give the Gemini report as well. So it is so powerful. 150 websites, 10 websites, Perplexity was 40 websites. So this is accumulation of information from different kinds of research of different kind of platforms and over 200 resources to put together into a single report. We got AI to work across for us to get one final research document, which is super duper foolproof. Guys, don't you think doing an extensive research like this will take us weeks, if not months? Do you guys agree that this will take weeks, if not months? Agree, disagree? Agree, right? That is the power of the report that we just built. Somebody's like lifetime. All right. So there you go. Look at this. All the reports are combined into one extensive document. Super duper extensive document. Now, should we convert this into a presentation? Should we convert this into a presentation? Now that the research is done, it's time for us to convert this into a presentation. Should we? Yes? All right. Why not, right? So guys, before we make this into a presentation, we're going to take a quick 5-minute break, okay? Because I know a lot of people are exhausted and so am I. We're going to take a quick 5-minute break. And once we come back, we're going to jump right into this and I'm going to show you how to build presentations from this research and we're going to move on from there. All right. So we have a nice little 5-minute break here. I should have taken the break before this only, but I thought maybe I should just go on to do this. Take a break, come back. And once you come back, right, we're going to resume. So be on time. I'm not going to wait exactly when the timer goes to 0. You will start. You will see me talking about it right away. Be right there after the break, guys.
It's a Monday, 5 a.m. Gotta work for the hustle, ain't got no help in hand. Shit, I gotta wrestle with the thoughts I am. Tussle with a monster, but I put him in a slam. Had a couple bitches, they was fully locked in. Still I'm hurting double, so I couldn't let them in. Can't be a boss tonight at the same time. Better choose your role, she got options, this ain't playtime. It was creeping up on me, but I knew I had a shadow. Chasing all my dreams, shitty waiting for the downfall. Guess I gotta keep the pace, I never wanna swallow any of my pride, cause I know that I can stand tall. Bitches, they was bitches till they found out I had game. Just cause you ain't rich don't mean the shorty won't crave all of your desire, all of your craze. Bitch, I'm up a bottle, I keep it full throttle. What I feel in my soul, I can't replicate. What I hear is all that I've been through. What I feel in my soul, I can't replicate.
right. I hope you guys are back. We are done with the break. Is everyone here? Is everybody back? Drop a yes in the chat if you guys are back. Yes. Incredible. Should we now get on to building a presentation right now? Yes. All right. All right. What we're going to do as the next step right now is that now that we got all the research here, we're going to ask AI, obviously, to convert this into a 9-slide deck. Okay. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to come back here and I'm going to be like, can you convert this into a 9-slide presentation, which I can use, which I can copy and paste inside of Google Slides or PPT or PowerPoint, sorry, PowerPoint to get the deck done. There you go. And there you go. It converts the whole thing into a nice little 9-slide presentation with the speaker notes, which is so cool, right? It's not only telling what to put on a slide, it's also telling what to talk in form of speaker notes. And we have all the slides getting ready right here. Now, obviously, right, if you're using a PowerPoint or a Google Slides, you can simply copy paste this and start designing the slides yourself, which can be done in like a couple of hours. But if you want to avoid even that, and you're like, Vaibhav, can we get AI to design our slides too? Well, the answer is yes, right? And for that, you use a tool called as gamma.app. I'm going to use the tool called as gamma.app, and I'm using the free version of it right now. I can click on create new AI here. You can see this option. Once I select on that, right, I get 3 options: paste in text, generate, or import file or URL. I'm going to select paste in text, and the text that we got right here, right, the 9 slides, I'm going to just copy this, and I'm going to go here and paste all that information right here. Okay, click on the continue button. I hope I have enough free credits. Okay, so there you go. We've got all this presentation. I got 35 credits because I've used it a lot. And we need 40 credits for this. So let's see if it will work or not. I'm just going to delete a slide to see if it will work. Let us see if it will work or not. It says you don't have enough credits. That is because I've used up all the free versions. So just give me a second. I'm going to just switch accounts. We use it quite extensively, frankly, for a lot of things where we don't need to think a lot and we have to build presentations very quickly. So let me quickly give it a shot. 1 second. Okay. Give me 30 more seconds, guys. I'm just trying to find the right account. I actually don't have the right account where we have the paid account. Give me a second. Sorry about this mishap. Of course, right? If you had the paid account, it would have worked just fine. And even if you have a new account, it would have worked fine. But oh my God. I've exhausted credits across the board. Okay, I'm going to try one more to see if it will work. Okay, worked. Give me a second. Almost done. Okay, perfect. Okay, we have it right here. Give me a second. I'm just going to share back my screen. All right. Like you can see, I'm on this account. I can click on create new AI. Like I said, once I click on it, I have an option to paste in text. I select that and I paste the text that we got here, right? AI basically designed 9 slides for us. We just copy that and I paste it right here and click on continue. Right? Once I do that, you can see all the 9 slides I mentioned and it gives me a lot of settings here that I can change as well. Right? But I'm going to skip it for now. Click on the continue button. And now it is asking me to pick a style. There are a bunch of styles here. Now, the best part is if you have the paid account, right, you can create your own style. That is, you can upload your own brand design as well. There are a bunch of styles here already. So let me pick something. Let's say I like this. I'm going to select this and I'm going to click on generate button. That's it. My hands are off at this point of time, right? And look at this. AI is literally redoing the whole slide with tables, data, design, and everything around it. Guys, if you like what you're seeing, drop a boom in the chat. AI is literally writing up the whole slides and designing it, and it is done, by the way. Right? And it is done. Let me quickly present this. Look at this. Launching Zepto and quick commerce style thing, Latin America's quick commerce boom, priority markets and growth rates, growth drivers aligning 2025 plus, key players and differentiators, adapting for LATAM, three-phase go-to-market strategy. Everything has been created in no time. Guys, isn't this insane? Drop a comment insane in the chat if you think this is insane. We didn't only get an extensive research done using multiple tools, we converted that information into this 9-slide deck. And then we also kind of put it into Gamma to create the whole presentation. This is essentially the power of artificial intelligence and workflows. And of course, yes, you can get a voice agent to help you run a mock interview as well or a mock presentation as well. And I do that all the time. Everything can be changed. The text can be changed. The images can be changed. Everything can be changed. Awesome. Brilliant. 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 Guys, we will share the links of everything with you guys. Don't worry about it. So what? Here is what we have done in the 1.5 days of what we have learned. We covered the beginning levels of every level so far, from level 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. In level 1 and level 2, we understood what generative AI is, what prompting is, magic prompt formula, and everything around it. On level 2, we figured out how AI actually works. We played with a lot of tools and got a very deep understanding of everything around it. On level 3, yesterday, Priyanku came and I'm sure blew your minds away with everything that's possible with text, image, and video and everything around it. With level 4, we went on to build a website in no time just with our information using rollout.site. And finally, on level 5, we essentially build AI agents, right? A Twitter bot, a LinkedIn post writer, which writes exactly like you. And finally, we built an AI agent, which can answer questions of everyone and anyone about the program. These were the beginner levels of all the 5 levels, from level 1 to level 5. Of course, there's intermediate and advanced as well. But listen, here's the thing. If you guys have taken the time out these 2 days to actually come out and learn, we want all of you guys to become rockstar AI generalists. I understand a lot of you guys would be someone with a lot of years of experience. And I truly believe, as a founder who's running a company and who has built a business, right? I truly believe no matter who you are, having the right AI skill set is very, very important, right? So as an entrepreneur, this will give you an absolute unfair advantage, like we mentioned yesterday. If you're a working professional, this is your next stage of growth that can happen. Of course, right? We are living in very, very scary times, and you can see the kind of stuff AI can do already. And with AI agents coming in the picture, the things are going to evolve even further, right? So just wanted to touch base on what the future of skill is going to look like or jobs is going to look like, right? If you're someone with 10 to 20 or even more years of experience, my strong belief is that you guys majorly will be managing AI generalist and you will focus a lot on building AI strategy. See, I have hired a lot of senior people as well, right? We're a team of almost 180 people inside of Growth School. The business is today probably worth close to $100 million. So there is a lot of work that we have done inside. And as a founder, I have realized that if I'm hiring senior people, I want senior people to be future paced, to be able to drive people towards AI first, because that is where the world is evolving. And as a senior person, right, the reality of the world is that because you guys are expensive, right, lot of teams will try to cut you guys out. And the reason is, and Google, Microsoft, Meta, all these companies have already started to do this. You will see layoffs happening only on the senior and mid-senior level and not on a junior level. The reason is very simple. People are expensive. The reason why they're expensive is because the experience they carry, and the experience that they carry is not enough anymore, because with AI coming in the picture, it has given a level playing field. So if you're someone with a lot of years of experience like this, my strong recommendation is, after this 2-day program is over, we are giving you the advanced, intermediate and advanced roadmap as well. Please go out there and learn to become an AI generalist, because you guys will have to become AI strategists and have to manage AI generalists under you. And if you are not AI generalist yourself, if you don't have the skill set, or if you don't have an understanding of AI, there is no way you can get a team to manage of AI generalists that you can manage. Right? There is no way. The experience of business will not be enough here. Right? So that is what my recommendation is for people with 3 to 9 years or 3 to 10 years of experience. You will be the people who will be AI generalists. You'll be building AI agents. You will be building AI solutions. You will be actually solving problems using AI. So becoming an AI generalist is a no-brainer for all of you people. And of course, right, like we said, it's very clear and it's very out there in the world saying that, 4 out of 5 jobs are going to go away, and it's going to happen. When it happens, who are those people who will be left with? These are going to be the people who are AI native enough so that can figure out and build solutions, right? I want all of you. You have 1,000 people here in the room. I want all of you guys to be future paced and be aware of what is going to happen next. And of course, if you guys are students, I think if you can learn this, it's going to have an absolute unfair advantage. So, for the first time in the world, maybe everyone is on a level playing field, and you have to get to become an AI journalist to get started. And that's the way to go. Right? So this was a roadmap that we gave you. I'm going to quickly run you through the roadmap as well. Where level 1 is foundations of AI and large language models, is where you learn. And next is advanced prompting, retrieval, and fine tuning, and AI for image generation and video creation as well. On level 4, you basically have to learn how to build AI agents. And on level 5, you build AI powered solutions. Now, I wanted to show you a few things. Do you guys want to see some incredibly cool things before we move on? Because you guys learned beginner levels of everything, but you probably didn't get a sense of what is possible going forward as well. Yes? All right, let's quickly do that. And I'm sure you guys are going to find a lot of value in this, right? So in foundations of AI and large language models and advanced prompting, we kept telling you that you have to learn or have a very deep understanding of all the AI models out there. And when we talk about all the AI models out there, right, we're not just talking about ChatGPT, Gemini, or Claude. We're talking about even the open source models that exist out there. For example, yesterday, Mark Zuckerberg released something called as Llama 4, which is an open source model which you can get, put it on your GPUs, and can train it for your own front. Right? In fact, if you don't want to put it on GPUs, I'm sure yesterday in the first session, you were told about Ollama, right? Ollama is this very, very cool tool, which basically can, run an AI model, like an open source AI model on your computer. Yes, you can run an AI model on your computer, and you don't even need internet for that. And you don't need to pay anyone for that, right? I do a lot of this work on my computer today using Ollama. With Ollama, you can install open source models on your computer like Llama 3.3, DeepSeek, Phi, Mistral, Gemma, which is by Google, and so many more, right? In fact, I have installed Ollama and a few models in my computer. Let me show you that quickly. For that, right, you cannot just go to a ChatGPT like tool. You have to learn a few things, right, to get there. But you can access that using terminal. And in fact, let me show you one more thing. I think you guys will find it cool. I don't know how many of you guys know this, but for AI to run, right, it needs something called as GPUs, graphical processing unit, right? That is exactly why NVIDIA stock is blowing up, right? Now have a look at this GPU number. I told you that I've installed some large language models on my computer. It's running locally on my computer. It's not using any chat GPT or any internet. Look at this GPU usage very, very soon, okay? It's going to blow up right now. So I'm going to say Ollama here on the terminal. It gave me a bunch of commands. I'll show you what all I have on installed on my computer. Ollama list is the command that I have to type. And you can see this. These are all the models that I've installed. Gemma, Llama, DeepSeek, Llama 3.0, and everything, right? You might be like, what is Web of Titan? What is Ollama list? These are basic, how to put it, commands that you have to remember. 3-4 commands you just can remember in like no time, and that's all you need to know. You don't have to be a developer for that. I can, let's say I want to run llama 3 billion model, distilled model of 3 billion. I'll say, oh llama, run llama 3 billion model. And you can see this, it is running right now. I can ask a question. Hey, can you write a detailed essay on what came first, chicken or egg? When I ask a question like this, you can see it is giving me an answer like a large language model. And all of this is actually coming from our own GPU. It is running. Look at this Olama right here. It is at 87%. Right. So what it did is it is running on our own computer right now on the GPU of my own machine. Every computer has a GPU, right? It's running locally. As a result, this data is not shared with anyone. It stays on my computer and I can do whatever I want on this. I can train the model, I can change the model, and I can do whatnot, right? In fact, if you want a nice little graphical user interface, you can use a tool like Chatbox and kind of connect your existing open source models that you're running locally to make it work for you. I can ask the same question. What came first? Chicken or egg? And you can see this, it is now using R1, which is by DeepSeek, right? And it's a reasoning model. So it's thinking about it right now. And you can also see my GPU. Look at this, it's at 31%. Right now it's gone to 22% and it'll soon blow up 70%. It's almost using 90% of my GPU right here, 75 plus 16, right? I don't want my computers to slow down right now, but you get the idea. So you can literally run your own models on your own computer to get tasks done. And this is possible. And these are the kind of things that you should learn in level 1 and level 2 when you go to advanced, right? These are the kind of things that you can accomplish yourself. When it comes to level 3, yesterday you might have seen image generation, right? And video creation that you saw from Priyanku. You know, it is just the tip of the iceberg. It can go even more extensive and can be mind-blowing. Let me show you something, right? I'm going to open my Instagram real quick. Okay. And let's say I play one of these videos, okay? Let's say I play this video. I go to Reels. Look at the kind of views, right? I have about 586K followers on my Instagram. I get like 200,000 views, 300,000 views, 1.7 million views. Let's look at this. This is the one which got 1.2 million views. I'll play this.
Daughter is using some insane AI and future tech to kill Zara Zudio and H&M in India. I am talking about Isha Ambani and the brand Azorte. Mukesh Ambani's new fashion stores have AI-powered trial rooms and zero checkout lines. Global.
Let me play one more video as well.
See this tiny patch on my head? It actually is capable of reading my thoughts right now. And the crazy part, it costs less than 5,000 rupees. This is day 1 of future tech updates. It's called Omi and it's not your typical smart device.
Now, if you go and scroll through my videos, right, you will be able to watch a lot of videos. Look at this, 1.9 million views, 500,000 views, 800K views. Some have 100K, 200K views. Why am I showing you this? The crazy part of why I'm showing you this is the whole script of this video is written using AI. The audio that you heard is not me. It is my AI model, which sounds like me. The video that you saw here, or
the Indian government
here, right? This is not me either. This is my AI clone. The only editing is done by a human. Everything else is done using AI. Guys, this is not me. The guy who you're seeing speaking in the video is not me, it is AI. What do you guys think of this? Can you guys even imagine the world that we are living in? I have got 200 million views on my content in the last 3 months. Everything is AI generated. All of this is AI. This is not me either. That is AI as well, right? It sounds like me. It looks like me. It talks like me. And it is all AI. These are all my AI models, right? These are the kind of things. If this is insane, drop a comment insane in the chat, guys. If you think this is insane, drop a comment insane in the chat. right? These are the kind of things I want all of you guys to be able to accomplish. And these are the kind of things that you can do when you actually become an AI generalist, right? So how did we do it? We pulled in a voice model and fed a lot of my audio that I have shot in the past in my sessions and topics about, I think we gave about 15 minutes of my audio. If you don't have audio, of course, you can shoot your audio as well, right? That is the audio that we gave. And apart from the audio, and that is how AI is able to sound like me, and we've trained it and we have fine-tuned it. For video, we did the same thing, right? I sat and shot a few videos in my house, and then we trained my video content, the lip part of my video content, to AI models. And it is able, when I give a script, it is able to move the lips exactly like me. And when I patch the audio and video together into a single form, it looks like I am talking. It is me, but it's actually AI. If you look very closely, in a few cases, right, my beard will not move while my lips is moving. Why? Because it is AI. These are the kind of things that you can accomplish when you go through level 1, level 2, level 3 very, very well. And we're going to give you the full roadmap so that you guys can accomplish all of this any which ways. Right now, level 4 and level 5. I know yesterday you guys were run through level 4 and level 5 as well in terms of, level 1, level 2, level 3, beginner, intermediate, advanced as well. Let's jump right into advanced stages of level 4 and level 5 right now. Like I said, on level 4, your job is to basically build extensive AI powered applications. Now, a lot of you guys are people who have never written a single line of code in your past life, and it is fine. I get it. But you know what? You don't have to be a developer to be able to build products anymore. You should go out there and learn tools like Bubble, Adalo, Superbase for all of this, and then you should learn AI agentic coding agents, which are like Lovable, Bolt, Cursor, Framer, and all these tools with which you can just talk in text like we built the website. You can build full-fledged applications all using AI. In fact, I'll show you an example, right? AudioNotes.app is this tool. The whole tool is built by a learner of ours, all using AI. It has an app, the website, and also the product, right, which can record notes and transcribe it and all of that. He built the whole product using AI without writing a single line of code. And that is possible today. And it's called as vibe coding. There are a lot of softwares like that where you can go chat with it. And those are some of the ones that we have mentioned here. Go out there and learn how to build, because that is absolutely a future skill, even though you will not build, right? Let's say next time a team member comes in and says, I want to do this. I want to try this out. Your team should be capable enough to build their own MVP and to try it out before you go to your engineering, right? And as a leader, you should know how to deal with this. You should know how to drive this. And that is why having the understanding or playing with this is extremely, extremely valuable. So these are the kind of things that you should definitely explore in intermediate and advanced as you go out and build. And finally, level 5, right, is automating tasks with AI agents. I think it is the single most important part of anything and everything out there, because AI agents are the future. Right? If you have the ability to build AI automations and AI agents, essentially, you must have seen the team structure, right? Where a lot of people in the team are going to be AI agents. In the future, when I say future, in 3 to 4 years from now, right? 80% of your workforce are going to be AI agents. If you don't know how to build them, how to manage them, how to get work done by them, it's going to be really, really hard. So you have to learn how to build these AI agents. With that being said, do you guys want to see an example of an AI agent? Of course, we built an AI agent. Do you guys want to see an example of an AI agent that I use on a daily level? Yes? Okay. Let us do that. Let us do that. Just give me a second. Okay. I'll give you some context of this before I show you the AI agent as well. So here's the thing, right? So some time back, I think it was good six months back, if I'm not wrong, my team, not my team, I was actually facing a lot of difficulties when it comes to managing the team. And the reason was very, very simple. The team is quite large and I'm expected to be in every meeting, right? I don't have the time to do it. I was terrible with my emails. I was terrible with my calendar. And I was struggling because I want to be in every meeting, but I cannot be in every meeting. My team expects me to be in every meeting, but I can't be in every meeting. And it was pain. I was working for 7 days a week, burning myself out. So I spoke with a few founders and they recommended me one thing. You should hire an executive assistant. That was the recommendation. A lot of you leaders will have your own EAs. I don't have one. Right. And I thought that's a great idea because my executive assistant can attend meetings on my behalf, take notes and share it with me. manage my calendar, manage my emails, manage my travel, do a lot of things for me, right? And I thought it was a great idea. I went out there looking for people. The ones that I really liked were like 30 lakhs per annum, 40 lakhs per annum, and I didn't want to spend that kind of money at this point of time. And the ones who were under the budget that I wanted, 20 lakhs ish, were not the ones that I really liked. Basically, they had problems with the way I work, the timings that I work, and it was quite hard. It was a fuss, and I was not able to get to a point where I was comfortable to say that, hey, you know what, I'm gonna hire this person. And that is when I was talking, and my team was like, Vaibhav, how about we build an AI agent which will work like your executive assistant? And I thought that was a great idea. And you know what? We actually ended up building one. And it works brilliantly well. Let me show you this. I mean, it works 99% of the times. Okay. Sometimes it does screw up because it's AI. Right? Or sometimes it could be a little slow as well. So this AI agent, I call my executive assistant as Jerry. It is on my Slack. The team has created a new window. Obviously, I cannot show you our old chats because I do a lot of conversations and note taking with Jerry. Right? In this, right, I can literally talk to AI. I can literally talk to AI and it can tell me what all what all things are there for me and how it can help me. That's the power of this. And Jerry essentially connects to my email, connects to my calendar, has access to my meetings, and I'll show you. You'll see it. Right? So let me ask a question. What's on my calendar tomorrow? So when I ask a question like this, it is able to pull in information. We use the tool called as relevance here, and something called as make that you're going to learn in the next session as well to make it happen. It's been done without writing a single line of code, by the way. Right? And there you go. That what's on my calendar tomorrow? Engineering stand up. I have a meeting with Ayush. I have a podcast with a friend called Raj and a product pipeline sync up. If I open my calendar, right, I'll show you. Look at this. This is my actual calendar. Look at the Monday. It just pulled in whatever is there on my actual calendar and kind of presented it to you, right? So it does pull in real-time information because it has access to my calendar. Now, I told you, right, it can also have access to my meetings. Let's say the past meetings that I've done, it also has access to those meetings. And even if I'm not attended, my AI agent, my AI assistant has attended. So it can do all that stuff for me, right? Let's say, okay, let's ask about Flick app only because this could be interesting. Can you give me notes about things we discussed about the Flick app on the guys, here is where it gets particular, right? I have to mention the meeting names properly, or else it will get confused, right? Or it could get context from some other random meeting. So I mentioned usually copy paste the meeting name. So what it will do is because it attends meetings on my behalf as an AI agent and takes notes of the meetings, has transcript of the whole meeting. When I ask a question like this, it understands the question, breaks it down, and tries to kind of pull the information. Something like this could take a little time, but let me explain you the structure of how these agents work. This is what is called as a super agent. Jerry is a super agent. It's like a boss agent that is sitting on the top, which is AI. And under that, there are agents under it, which are worker agents. So one agent is a calendar agent, one agent is an email agent, one agent is a meeting agent, one agent is a travel agent, one agent is a research agent, and I can build so many agents under it. When Jerry understands what I'm asking, right, it breaks down the question and then assigns this task to the right agent. In the first task, it assigned it to the calendar agent. In this task, it should assign to the meeting agent who attends my meetings on my behalf. So Jerry basically has a team of AI agents under it, and Jerry is also an AI, right? It's a team of AI agents here. Oh, there you go. Based on the last meeting, here are the key updates for the Flick app. By the way, we are launching an app, and those are the updates that you see right here on everything that was discussed in the meeting, right? In fact, there is something else that you can do. It can write emails as well. So I can say, write an email to Kamlesh asking about the updates on, let's say, Flick app. Okay, that's what I do. And progress on sprint. Now, the reason I'm showing you this is very cool. What here it does is, when I say write an email asking about the updates on Flick app and progress on sprint, it is basically pulling in this context automatically to write the email. But the best part about this is, when I say Kamlesh, how does it find the person Kamlesh? So it will go out there and usually will find someone with Kamlesh and our email ID, which is @growthschool.io. Once it finds the email ID, then it composes the email and then sends the email. But this doesn't happen real time. It takes about 10-15 minutes to happen because it's a cron job that runs in the backend to be able to send the information, right? And oh, there you go. The request, I'll reach out to Kamlesh. You see, it has not said I've sent an email. It said I will reach out to email and I'll let you know. That is what it does. So after the email is sent, it basically will be like, okay, email is sent, to check it out. And if it cannot find the person, right, it will be like, yeah, I could not find the person. Can you please tell me his email ID as well? Right? If there are 2-3 Kamleshes, it will get confused, right? So you have to be particular. If let's say there is Rakesh Kumar, Rakesh Patro, and Rakesh Sharma, right? There are 3 Rakeshes. If you say Rakesh, it will get confused. So here you have to be specific. You have to say Rakesh Sharma if you want to send the email to Rakesh Sharma, or else it will get confused. It is not that smart yet today, but I'm sure it will get there as well. Right? So that's an executive AI assistant which attends meetings on my behalf, writes emails, manages my calendar. I can ask whatever question I want. We are building a travel agent as well, so I can book flights and hotels for me via booking.com with an integration with Booking. And finally, we are also integrating this into something called as Responses API. Now, what is a Responses API? It can literally do tasks on my behalf once this integration is done. Okay, we are doing it right now, but these sessions and all are keeping us very, very busy. As a result, we are not able to do it, right? But I think it will be live in a couple of weeks. I have to sit on this for a while. But essentially what it will do is, if I give a task, let's say if I give a task saying that, listen, go out and find me Coldplay tickets that are, I don't care, I want to attend a Coldplay concert in the next 2 months. Find me the cheapest Coldplay ticket from Bangalore. I can fly down to multiple countries, but make sure the flight cost, the ticket cost, and the hotel cost are under 1 lakh. Go and do this research for me. It will go out there and do the research, find out websites, do research, find flight tickets, what are the cheapest countries to go to, where is the Coldplay happening, how can it make sure that it can do it under the budget. It can do all that reasoning and do the research using something called as Operator via Responses API. Do you guys want to see a quick glimpse of this? It is not built yet, but I can show you like a quick glimpse for you guys to get a sense of how it works. It's essentially computer use, which is incredible. Yes? Someone is like, can you show us how to build one? My friend, I really, really wish, right? But this in itself will take you good 15 days to learn, right? It's not as simple as the things that we did. But I'm giving you direction so that you have back of your mind on how to go about and chase it and make it happen, right? I really wish. But the reason why I'm showing you all of this is so that you know what is possible and you can go out there and learn it yourself, right? And we'll give you the full roadmap as well, so don't worry. Anyways, so just to show you the power of what an operator or anything like that can do. So for that, I have to come to operator. This is called as operator. This is what is accessible via Responses API. When I send a prompt like this is a prompt that I had used some time back, right? Where I basically say that Listen, go to this website called Y Combinator. There's a website called Y Combinator. Go and research on all the startups that have been funded by Y Combinator, because it's a like a VC accelerator program, right? And find me very good startup ideas which I can create for India or I can replicate for India. So there are 5,000 startups that I have to literally open, read to understand what are good startup ideas. So I'm basically outsourcing this work to AI. And I'm like, open all these websites, read about them, understand what they do, and tell me, is this something that I can do as well? So it has to go through the whole list and do that work for me. And that is the prompt that I've written, right? Founder of Growth School, looking for the next big idea. Here are my strengths. Here are my weaknesses. I want to leverage our 10 million consumer audience to do this. Extract the startup data. Go to Y Combinator startup directly, get the list of websites, get all these details, and put all of this output in a Google Sheet that is right here. And I've given the Google Sheet here as well. Let me see if this Google Sheet is public. If it is not public, I have to make it public. Okay, I've just made the sheet public. So I'm basically saying do all the research and fill this Google Sheet for me. Okay, that's what I'm saying. I'm going to click on the send button. I'm going to share all these prompts as well, by the way, with you. It's operator.chatgpt.com, but this is available via API as well. Look at this. I gave the prompt, my hands are off. It is literally AI controlling the Chrome, not me. Look at this. It went to Y Combinator website. You can basically see whatever it is doing on your left side also. My hands are off, guys. Look at this. It has selected the batches right now. You can see the commentary on the left side, right? It selected the W25 batch all by itself. It is scrolling through the list of companies right now. That is all listed here. My hands are off, guys. I'm not doing anything. It's AI opening up each one of those pages to read about them, right? It just opened blind pay on a new window. You can see it is opening up more. It is slightly slow as of today, but imagine how quick this will be in 6 months from now. It's going to be crazy, right? There you go. It opened up blind pay. It's probably reading up information. Look at this. It's saying assessing blind pay's relevance for the user, reviewing Ventel, shifting to next startup. It has moved to Ventup. It has now analyzed Fira as well. Now it has analyzed all these pages and is probably going to close it right now. Look at that, opening startups, focusing on alignment. Guys, you can see the commentary on the left side. You can see what it is thinking, what it is doing, what it is clicking. It says switching to new tabs for startups right now. And you can see this, it has opened up 3 more companies right in that corner and it's reading about it. Guys, do you realize how insane this is? We are getting AI to do our job on a freaking computer like a human being. If you think this is insane, drop a comment insane in the chat. AI is literally doing it on our behalf. Somebody is like, is this free? It is not free. Today, it is $200 per month, which is 15,000 rupees per month. But that is today. Imagine 6 months later, it's going to be $20 per month, right? 2 years later, it's going to be free of cost. That is the whole part. Yes, it is charges for real life. And guys, all the questions that you guys are asking, I'm going to keep your questions to yourself. I'm going to try answering this question as much as possible. So here is what I'm trying to show you guys, right? Imagine this. This is what we are trying to integrate with. So that when on Jerry, right? If I say do this, Jerry will do all of this in the back end and give me back the report just by itself, right? And it is very much possible today. And it is not like very expensive. Like getting a person, hiring a person is very expensive, right? It is not that expensive. Here is why people say AI agents are going to take a lot of jobs. This is the future that we are looking at. It is slow right now. 6 months later, it's going to be 100 times faster, right? And it can do jobs 24/7, just like that on the go. This is why people say that AI is going to take a lot of jobs, because it can do anything a human can do today. It can do anything a human can do today if it's on a computer, because it has logic. Understood? Understood, guys? Boom in the chat. Boom in the chat if you think what you're seeing is incredible, insane, powerful. Keep your questions to yourself. If you put it in the chat, they'll get lost. right? Keep your questions to yourself. We're going to get to those questions very, very soon. Awesome. Awesome. So guys, I can leave it like this. It's going to keep doing its job and it's going to probably come back, in some time and finish all of this all by itself as well. Right? Brilliant. So we basically are pretty much, kind of done with everything that I wanted to cover. I ran you guys through the whole 5 levels. I'm just closing it down because it's going to keep doing its job and there's no need of it. You guys got a sense of it, right? I'm going to close it down right now. So that is essentially how it works, guys. So the level 6 essentially is where you put all your learnings together into one place. That is what the level 6 is all about, right? And here is where you put all your learnings together in one place and you can make that happen. This is how you actually become an AI generalist. Now, how many of you guys want to actually become a true AI generalist so that you can own everything that we just spoke about? Me in the chat. There are 2 parts that you can take from here, right? Of course, we're going to share everything with you guys right here in form of the roadmap. What I will request from you is that if you guys want to become an AI generalist yourself, spend at least 10 hours a week. It will take you maybe 18 to 20 months to become a full-fledged AI generalist. If you're able to take at least 10 hours a week out to learn it yourself. My team will share a super detailed roadmap by end of today, where you'll get to see everything that you need to learn, every tool that you have to explore, all the projects that you can do, so that in the next 18 months, you can level up to become a kick-ass AI generalist all by yourself.
All right. I see a lot of questions coming in. I have just shared the responses sheet with Vaibhav as well, but take the next 1 minute to go ahead and put in the questions that you may have regarding whatever we learned in this particular session. All right. I see a lot of questions around the resources and the prompts and all of that. Those are the questions that we will be skipping because all the prompts, all the tool links that were used will be shared with all of you, right? But as we get back, we will get into the Q&A. Continue to drop your questions in. Let me share the form link once again. There you go.
All right, all right. You can see that I've now sat down because I've been standing all throughout while delivering this. Okay, I see a ton of questions, okay? Like a ton of questions in the form that Funny shared with me. Wow, I love it. A lot of people are super duper curious. So what I'm going to do, Funny, how much time do we have for Q&A before we do the breakout?
20 minutes.
Cool, sounds good. So we do breakout at 1:30. The lunch break is at 2, right?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So what I'm going to do, Funny, is I'm going to go through the questions one at a time based on the questions that have come in. And then maybe towards the end, what I will do is I will kind of get AI to help me out to kind of condense the questions and...
Sure. Can you also share your screen as you do that? So that people can see
I am doing that. I am doing that. Okay, I hope you guys can see my screen. Is my screen visible?
Yes.
Okay. I'm in the project management company, which is in business of folks. 1 second. I'm just wanted to reconfirm. And one thing, folks, first of all, thank you so much for giving us the 10 minutes of time. We were not sure if we should talk about it or not talk about it, but then we were like, maybe a few people will find value in that. And maybe we'll talk about it for 10 minutes. And a lot of you people agreed to it. First of all, thank you so much, everyone, for giving us your 10 minutes of time, right? We will try to over deliver all throughout, even now also, for the favor that you have made. Thank you. And one question before we go on as well, right? Was this everything that you've learned today? Has that given you perspective on a day 2 level? Has that given you perspective on a day 2 level? Like, are you able to put the dots of day 1 on the day 2 level when we build the custom GPT and everything around it? That is what is very, very important, because as of today, right? As of now, as you sit here, you have learned about how to build GPTs, right? On the next session, we're going to do automations where the level of understanding that you've had on the day one, right, will play even more important role on that level, right? As you come onto the second thing, because the next session after lunch is all about automations, right? So it's going to be very, very powerful. So when you go out for the lunch break, right, one recommendation is that try to put all the information that you have gathered into a single place. Can you do that for me? Kind of revive everything that you have learned over the course of time. Think through it, get a fair sense of, recollect all those things so that you're very well prepared when you get into the next one. Cool? Awesome, 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 awesome. Okay, I'm going to turn off the chat for now, and I'm going to get right into these questions at this point of time, right? Okay, I'm in a project management company which is in business of solar energy. My queries meant we maintain our data in Excel. How can I integrate AI into Excel sheet? If I integrate AI in Excel, is there a ways to use AI for EDA? I don't know what EDA is. How can I make report summaries of Excel reports? Any other ideas or suggestions? Funny, did we teach them the Claude data analysis?
No, we didn't show the Claude data analysis.
So here's the thing,
Yes.
right? Like what you can actually do is, let's say you want to build a quick dashboard or a report of data, right? One interesting thing that you can do is you can actually go to Claude, right? And of course, right, you need to have some data that you can download, right? If you have the downloaded data with you, right, what you can do is you can actually, let's say this is the data file. I've just dropped it, right? I can basically write a prompt saying that analyze the data and convert this into an extensive dashboard with visualizations. Right? I can click on the send. And there you go. You can start seeing us to write, the AI is writing code. And it's very soon, right? Whatever data file you insert, it can analyze all of it. Of course, I can write the prompt much better. It can analyze all of it and can literally convert this into a dashboard as well. So I'm going to leave it as it is. I'm going to show you in just a while, but this is absolutely possible. Is Coachful Outskill course useful for 15 years old? I would say if you're anyone with less than 3 years to 4 years of experience, right, I will strongly recommend to self-learn. The program is great for people who don't have the time and want to learn it quickly. Can this be done in Copilot Studio? Sadly, I've never used Copilot Studio myself, right? So yeah. Vishal mentioned that same thing is being taught for 70k rupees. What are your thoughts on that? Well, I don't know what is being taught for 70,000 rupees. Based on our research, there is nothing that comes even close to something like this. There are a lot of AI engineering programs out there which teaches you what are LLMs, what is fine tuning and all of that. There is no program that we have found anywhere in the world, by the way, except for a few creators who do it, and they're very, very expensive, like $10,000 and whatnot, who teach you how to become an AI generalist. There are a lot of AI programs out there, but they're barely AI generalist programs that we have found. So I don't know. If you can find something better, you should choose that. Absolutely. Okay, how do you create a domain specific GPT? I think it's all about, guys, it's all about input in, input out, right? If you want to make something domain specific, then you have to include or prompt it and give a lot of information about your domain so that it is specifies to it. The game of GPTs is all revolving around the prompt that you write. What's the target cohort size? It doesn't matter cohort size if you're talking about the program, because we don't cap in terms of size. We cap in terms of number of people per mentor, right? So we cap it at 50 people per mentor, but the cohort size could be, we want to make it as large as possible. How to identify the authenticity of custom GPTs? Well, to be very frank, right? If you have written a great prompt, usually it doesn't screw up. But if you want information to be in a controlled environment where you don't want it to like go beyond the scope, right? In that case, what you will have to do is basically use something called as Notebook LM, which is also a RAG-based system, right? I will strongly recommend you guys to play with Notebook LM, which is also a RAG-based system, right? Where you can upload a lot of your information and start chatting with them with a prompt as well. So this could be very interesting as well. It's a little more advanced than the regular ones, but this is definitely something that you can play with. Does AI replace bot? I mean, AI is bot. Oh, if you're talking about the outskill session, yes, if you're traveling, the sessions are on Saturday and Sunday. If you're traveling, you'll get the recording. A lot of AI tools are paid. We have to pay for this tool in addition of the fees quoted. Most of the things that we teach you are using the free versions. In a few cases where you need a paid tool, usually people come together and pay it together. So it's not going to be a lot of money, frankly. Can we share a company data on these AI tools in the free version? Well, that is exactly why I run my own models locally. I don't end up sharing a lot of critical information. I showed you the Olama thing, right? That is where I basically run all of this. What about the database part about the program? I didn't understand what this question is, right? So you guys can maybe drop this question again. Please tell me the process of making our own AI model same as Vaibhav and IG. Like I think we kind of mentioned, you need a diffusion model to train a lot of your video content. You need an audio model like Smallest to train a lot of your audio and keep fine tuning it till it gets to an output, right? That is the direction of how to do this. I would like to know tools which can be used in drug discovery, making pharma products development fast and efficient. That's a great question, but I don't have an answer to this because I don't understand your industry. Yeah. Is it backed by any educational institute? Well, it is not backed by any educational institute. Guys, I don't know how you will take this, but I will make it very, very frank and clear, right? It's not about certificates, not about degrees, it's all about proof of work. It's about what you're capable of. If you're thinking that having a stamp of some educational institute will help, it will not. It has never helped. Unless you've actually gone and done a, regular education is different. What you're upskilling right now is different. But yeah, we don't believe in certificates at all. I was curious, what does your AI agent look like while attending meetings? It just says Jerry, that's it. And it doesn't talk, it just listens. That's all it does. Please share how we can create a video blog post like showed during training. Don't have the reference to this. Funny, have any idea what the person is talking about?
No, I think they're talking about the AI clone.
Oh, okay. I think we just spoke about it right now, right?
Yeah.
For the apps we build, how do we connect those databases and use normally either as a... Oh, okay. For the apps that you build, right? Usually when you use like something like Lovable or Bolt, right? You can connect it to your database using Superbase or something like that, right? So they all have integrations which will work. Don't worry about it. How to create chatbot on website? You can use a tool like Intercom to be able to build a chatbot on your website. Can you build GPT equivalent on Copilot? Yes, it's called Copilot agents. You can build one. For retail AI, how to use Indian number or any other Indian alternatives for voice agents? Well, there are few softwares that are particularly doing this. For example, Olive AI is one of the tools which particularly does this as well, right? So it works. When we build custom GPTs and add knowledge bank, how does security and confidentiality is taken care of? Well, it usually uses RAGs, and most of the cases, they at least commit that they are not going to share the solutions with anyone, right? So that's basically what they say. Can you show some examples in automation sheets using AI, also using API? This is something that is probably covered in the next session. So you'll see that in the next session. Can you suggest some AI tools for converting audio, video to text? Hypesnap, like I showed you. Just Google, guys. These are very simple tools. You can just find it on Google only. Can we achieve all the things without a GPT with prompts if you just want to do it once? Yes. You can achieve if you want to do it once, you don't need a bot. You don't need a GPT. You can write a prompt once and be done with it. Right? Yeah. Is there any limit on the amount of knowledge bank we can feed to GPT? Yes, there is, right? I don't remember I think you can upload up to 5 files. I don't remember the size, but there is a limit. Can we make an app on top of custom GPT? Is there any way to monetize custom GPT? You cannot monetize a custom GPT directly, but you can take that custom GPT out and build an AI product around it using, like in level 5, I told you, right? You should learn how to build products. Using that, you can build products and then that is where it can work. How the workflow automation can be created using AI. I just showed you a workflow, right? And for deeper automations, the next session is perfect for that, right? We're going to teach you a lot of automations there. Okay, guys, I'm going to show you because we said dashboard, right? There you go. We prompted this. It went through a bunch of iterations and look at this. If you think this is cool, drop a comment insane in the chat. We just gave a data file to AI and we said, analyze this data and convert this into an extensive dashboard and look at what it came came back with. All of it, all the tabs of content analysis, it's all personalized and whatnot. Look at these spider graphs and whatnot. And you can also kind of publish this and kind of share it with anyone and everyone. Guys, I'm going to take questions right now. If you think it is boring, you can drop off for the lunch or come back for the breakout, because we thought we will take 15 minutes for questions, right? Do you guys want me to take questions, or should we like move on to the breakout? The session is over. The idea was to kind of take some questions.
I think
Okay.
we can jump into the breakouts in probably 5 minutes, Vaibhav.
Done. Okay, let's take questions for the next 5 minutes and then we'll jump to breakout. Guys, the fun part of this is we're going to send the Q&A bot to all of you people. So you can literally ask every question that you have to the Q&A bot and it will be able to answer, right? At least most of them. Okay, so there are too many questions. So I'm going to go to chat.openai.com and I'm going to be like, organize these questions for me. Buckets based on what was asked most frequently in the top. And combine questions together into one if they are similar. There you go. I send all the questions. I mean, I kind of use AI for everything, right? So let us see. Okay, there are a bunch of questions that are coming our way right now. So let's get right into them. Okay, bucket one, AI agents and operators. How to create AI agents operators for my workforce? Well, the best way to do it is using something called as Responses API. Okay, just search for Responses API. This is the best tool. We have to integrate to be able to build agents like this into your own systems, right? Documentation on knowledge base available for learning about multi-agent or operators. We will share a lot of links, don't worry. How do AI agents differ from bots, which are most powerful? I think I've answered this question. Okay, AI application development and deployment. Let's get into these questions. How to transfer AI apps from cloud to local networks and provide base data sources. You have to use something called as OLAMA for this. How can I install GPTs or OLAMA locally on my computer? Just Google, right? Like you have to download a software and then follow the instructions. How can I rent a cloud environment for AI, AWS or Azure? Yes, you can use AWS, you can use Azure, you can use Krutrim, which is an Indian platform as well. Hardware or system requirements for running AI applications. I'm using a Mac Mini right now and it works fine. It depends on how large a model are you uploading, right? How to train custom GPTs with own data. You cannot train custom GPTs with own data. You can only attach data, right? Or if you want to do with Salesforce knowledge base and all, then you have to host your own models. Can personalized GPTs be password protected or secured for specific users? Yes, it can be, but you have to take it outside of GPTs to build your own thing. Steps for creating a custom GPT for companies/startups without significant training available. Well, I mean, the more input you give, the better is the output that you get. So that's the way to go, actually. Okay, how to build chatbots based on WhatsApp chats or integrating with WhatsApp and social media. There are a lot of tools like Wati, AI Sensei, which can handle WhatsApp. How can you integrate AI agents, bots with third-party data? Well, for this, you can use tools like Intercom. To be able Drift, Intercom are great tools for this. And yes, Intercom and Drift can also do embedded widgets on your website. Okay, I kind of answered this question already in the past, so I'm going to skip this. How to ensure copyright and IP protection for AI generated images, videos, and designs? As of now, it's a very, how do I put it, rough area where we don't have a lot of inputs here yet. I think it's function of time for us to get answers to this, right? Guys, there are a lot of questions specific to industries. The best place to get answers to questions like this is for you to go to Perplexity AI and ask these questions. It's a free tool. It can give you great answers, right? AI for data analysis and visualizations, we just showed you using Claude. And of course, you can use tools like Numerous AI as well. AI translation and specifies presentations, how to create AI translators with human level accuracy. If you're talking about voice agents, again, there are APIs for this for you to be able to build it. If you want to refer to PubMed, Gartner, Forrester, and things like that, you have to attach these resources. That's all you have to do. Can AI presentations leverage highly specialized domain content? It depends on the research that we are doing and the prompt that we are putting in. Okay, I'm going to go through very quickly right now. Platforms and tools for building web apps without coding. We're going to send a link of bunch of these tools. Don't worry about it. And that will help you to do that. AI integration with voice and telephony. I think I just answered this question in the past as well. You can use tools like WAPI, or you can use tools like Olive AI to be able to do this. Okay. Certifications on content, comparison between Outskill and MIT AI courses. Guys, my answer to all the courses is you can do all the research that you want and come back and only apply if you think this is the right program for you. Based on our research, there's nothing like it. That's exactly why people from all over the world are joining the program. But with that being said, you can take your own call, right? I don't want to defend. I want to spend time on answering this question because we literally have 1 minute. Addressing biases and ensuring authenticity and accuracy of AI generated outputs. I'll give you a nice little hack, okay? Every time you get an output from ChatGPT, let's say this is the output that you're getting from ChatGPT, you copy that, go to Perplexity, and you will be like, can you vet the accuracy of this content? And then just send it to Perplexity. It will break down everything, get an understanding of each one of the data points, and it'll give you back if it is accurate or not. This is something that you can do to make sure that you're getting the right content. AI tool for converting PDFs to videos, creating ebooks, articles, and all of that. There are a lot of tools for this, yeah. Lot of tools like InVideo AI and a lot of other tools.
I think yesterday we showed them there is an AI for that.
There is an AI for that is a perfect answer for this.
Yeah.
Okay, will AI agents become sophisticated enough for advanced interactions? Well, sadly, it already are today, right? And it's getting better and better. I mean, Sam Altman literally said that AI agents are going to enter the workforce this year, and it's going to happen. So it's going to be an interesting world that we're going to live in the world of AI. So I think we will see as it unfolds, right? Funny. That's basically everything that I wanted to take. It's 1:30. Yesterday, people said we have to be on time. Today, we were on time, hopefully, right? Get into the breakouts right now. Folks, again, right? Thank you so much, everyone, for taking the time out. I hope you guys learned a lot. The thing that I tried doing majorly is to show you or teach you in a way that you can start thinking. You know what I mean? That's why I tried to give you a lot of commentary on everything that I did, though it was a little slow to do it. But I thought giving commentary will really help you to get an understanding of how you think, because the ability to think is essentially the most important part of it. With that being said, all the people in here, thank you so much for giving the time and opportunity to kind of teach you guys. I hope you guys learned a lot of things. Do spread in the word, and if you enjoyed the session. And one request for all of you people is, don't stop your learnings after these 2 days. Use this, consider these as your starting point, and continue to learn. Use the roadmap that we will share with you to go ahead and learn deeper. With that being said, thank you so much for all your time. And Funny, over to you, my friend.
Thank you so much, Vaibhav. And I love the fact that a lot of love is coming your way. Someone on the chat box was like, on a lighter note, is this the real Vaibhav or is it Vaibhav's clone?
No,
it is the real Vaibhav.
This is me as of today. I hope in a year, my AI clone can take my session. Actually, it can take sessions today as well, by the way. But you will know that it is AI, because nothing will move except for my lips. I cannot be teaching like this. The moment we get AI to move our hands and sync with everything, which is going to happen, there are a lot of new models that have come out as well, which can do it. I'm sure AI can take a lot of my sessions much better than I can. Right? So
wonderful, Vaibhav. Thank you